Hey guys, what is going on? It's Obadiah, and today we are back with another episode of Row Hideout. And today we are joined by, of course, as always, co-host Ryan Poole and special guest Carmen Brandy. And of course, as always, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Ryan for the intro.
Hey, well, today our guest is Carmen Brandy.
I already said that.
Carmen Brandy is 19 years old. That was good.
Got him.
I kept saying 20 earlier. 19 years old. She is originally from somewhere, Florida.
Yes.
Clearwater. I was going to say Clearwater, but I didn't want to be wrong. Clearwater, Florida.
Should have gone with it.
Home of the clearest water that there is.
I thought that was wherever Coors is made. Don't they advertise that? Yeah. They're like, it's the best water. That's why our beer is okay.
Well, we have some good things to talk about with that because anyway, we'll get there. We'll get
Weird
there.
segue before we even started.
Yeah. It's an illusion. It's not a... Anyway, illusion, A-L-L-U.
Right, not illusion, I-L-L-U.
No.
That's
we don't
ridiculous.
allow magic on this show. Strictly forbidden.
We'll work on that list.
So anyway, back to Carmen, 19 years old, from Clearwater, Florida, moved to Nashville when she was 14 years old to pursue her music career.
That's 5 years ago, quick maths.
Dang. And when she was 15, she got accepted into ASCAP's GPS program that allowed her to meet with many of Nashville's biggest music publishers all along Music Row. So we are Music Row Hideout. She has met many of the people of Music Row, probably many more than me, because I know almost none of my neighbors. So...
how unfriendly of you.
I know. I'm going to have to bake a cake for all the studios. Hi, welcome me to the neighborhood. Here's your cake. What else about Carmen? And Carmen is here tonight to talk about life, macrame, Instagramming.
Is that
interneting.
Shampoo? Macrame. Ooh la la.
Oh my, that's a real stretch. And her new single, Good Enough, which is available now on all the things. So you
all the things. Liz, can you link all the things?
It's a lot of links.
Don't link all the things.
We got Spotify. We got your iTunes. We got your Google Play. We got your Amazon Music. There's one with a D that now, like Deezer.
Dipley?
I've never even used it, but it.
Ooh, there's one that we're forgetting.
Ooh.
Beyonce's.
Oh, Tidal.
But I'm not
And
on it 'cause I
I know, Liz. I forgot. Sorry.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta be on Tidal.
Title?
And YouTube Music. So everywhere. And she has a new music video that out for the song, and we're gonna play that later. But before we jump into everything, Carmen, can you tell us your drink selection for tonight?
Why, yes, Ryan. Let me tell you. We are drinking Abita. Is that what it's called? Abita Root Beer. Made with Louisiana cane sugar.
Is that the best of the cane sugar?
I will say yes, because I have had normal liquid cane sugar, and it is not that great.
Normal liquid cane sugar?
Liquid cane sugar.
Is that... So wait. What is... So what is... Oh, what is regular... Is not regular sugar cane sugar?
Correct, it is, but it is it's not as nice because I sell liquid cane sugar at Starbucks, and it's just not the great Louisiana quality cane sugar.
So is it just
It's from essentially
sugar
the
mixed
same-
with water?
Yes,
So it's simple syrup.
exactly. But it is made...
Sounded way fancier the way you said it. Just sugar water. You ever watch Men in Black?
Yes.
You know the guy who drinks sugar water?
Is that what he's drinking? Is he actually drinking liquid cane sugar?
I guess that's been the secret all along. All along that's been the thing. So I'm just very distracted by Ryan pressing all the buttons here. He's trying to make all the things fix and work. As some of you may have noticed, we started a little bit later than normal today because of all the technical difficulties, and then everything was fine, but then Ryan spilled coffee. Just so everyone's clear, it's all Ryan's fault.
Creating many more technical difficulties.
But then it magically made everything work. And
Except Carmen's mic isn't working.
at all? Oh, that's why it would look so. That's why it looked like she was quiet.
Yeah.
Did you spill coffee on that mic too, Ryan? Sounds like the kind of shit you would pull.
I don't know why it's not working.
Did you
Periodically creating errors, so that's nice.
Did you try pressing the make it work button?
No.
It's the first thing I try usually. Is the instrument mic working?
Yeah.
So Carmen,
Hello.
how did you get started playing music?
Well, my dad plays music, and I just grew up listening to him do renditions of different Bee Gees songs, and Billy Joel, and Keith Green, specifically Keith Green. Not sure if you know of him or you know who he is, but what a wonderful man. And he was amazing. So he is a wonderful pianist and encouraged me to start taking piano lessons. So
Wait, your dad or Keith Green?
Keith Green is also an amazing pianist, but my father is also an amazing
Billy
pianist.
Joel is also.
Do you see the common theme?
Whoa.
People who are amazing?
Talented
bring a piano?
pianists. No.
Did you ever learn piano?
I was getting there.
God, you're so interrupting. Messing with the flow of her story.
Yes, Ryan. He encouraged me to take piano lessons. So I learned under a classical piano teacher, and every time I would make mistakes, she would slap my hands.
Whoa.
Sounds mean.
Yes. It wasn't that bad.
You call the cops on her for being
No,
abusive?
not at all. She was a good teacher. I don't really remember much of her other than she was just...
How old were you during this when this was
I
happening?
believe I was around 9.
You don't remember her? You were around 9? That was like not that long ago for you.
Well, 10 years ago, that's a decade. Almost 11 years.
I remember when a decade felt like a long time. Now I'm old.
But so yeah, that's kind of my gateway into music was piano, and I didn't enjoy practicing, and I didn't enjoy playing, so I stopped. Started
Okay.
Playing flute.
Ah,
Didn't enjoy that either.
sure. Why not?
Mostly because I was in my school band, and the trumpets were right behind me. And
Sounds
I would always
loud.
Get spit on. So,
Now, when somebody spits using a trumpet, does it come through the trumpet
it should have.
through the cone right into the back of your head,
Correct.
or does it come around the trumpet from their mouth,
No, you're talking 11-year-old boys.
spitting through their trumpet cones
Correct.
at the back of your head?
Correct.
Sure, sounds like a good time.
Very-
So the flute was no go. Couldn't carry a
was a
piano
no-go.
for the
Didn't
band.
want to carry the piano.
So where'd you go after that?
I completely stopped playing music and became an athlete. And I did sports for a couple of years. And later, in my early preteens, I picked up my dad's guitar, and he is a left-handed person, and I am right-handed. And I started trying to play his left-handed guitar. And he saw me doing that regularly, and he was like, "No more. We're buying you a right-handed guitar."
So you originally started playing left.
Yeah, just because that's what was
That's what was available.
and
Can you
he's like,
still play a little bit left?
I can still play left-handed
Okay.
guitar pretty good.
I wish I
Better
had
than my
one
dad
here
can
to
play.
test you. Wow.
Yes.
Way to put down your dad. Jeez.
But no,
I'm
Dad,
right-handed. I can play better than him.
but he'll always come into my. I have like several guitars in my room, and he'll come in and try to play them, and he only knows how to like play 3 strings on my right-handed guitar, and it just sounds
Sure.
not great.
Did you grow up with
So.
a 3-string guitar?
No, but that's all he knows how to fret.
Okay.
Because if he does his regular chords, he would left-handed style.
Sure,
That would be
sure.
totally not working
Okay.
on a right-handed guitar.
Okay. So you picked up guitar. You started playing guitar.
Correct.
And and this is your now. How old are you now? So we've done piano, we've done band,
yes.
we're at guitar. It must have been many years.
No, I would say this lasted from anywhere to like 8-ish to 12.
So now you're about 12,
Yes.
in middle school,
Correct.
in the band still.
No, at that point I
Stopped being a nerd.
no. Oh gosh. Nothing wrong with being a nerd. But I just picked up guitar and started writing, and that was my next little step.
Okay.
Yes.
So you started writing songs.
Yeah, I did write my first song when I was 9,
and it was just a series of words repeated in
Is
a
that not what
3-minute
songs are?
span.
How is that different than a normal song?
No, well, let me explain.
Okay. Can you
This
sing
was yeah. So this was the entirety of the song. I'll show you my love, my spiritual love. I'll show you my pain, my spiritual pain. I'll show you the way, the spiritual way. I'll show you the way, the spiritual way. And then the chorus was like, why don't you trust me? That's how I sing
Sounds like an
to
aha
this
hit.
day.
Straight
And
from
I
the
did a
80s.
music video with my dad.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Did you have a Friends clap in the song?
No. I did not.
Was Friends? Oh yeah, Friends was over by then.
Wow.
Wow. Do you watch Friends? Did you watch Friends?
I'm not a sitcom person.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not a TV person, really.
What else is there?
Truly. What else is there?
I'm not a sitcom person. I feel like
No.
Friends is what I grew. It's like my entire identity is based off the cast of Friends.
It's a sad identity.
Not if you would know that's not true if you'd watched Friends.
Let's make this a jury counseling
Don't
session.
you mean Obadiah? Who's jury?
So assuming everything is working, which I can't tell because Ryan keeps pressing buttons.
Yeah, I'm just making it better.
Okay.
I'm better than Floppy Dongus writes. I'm better than my dad. Carmen Brandy, 2018.
Oh no.
One of your first internet quotes.
Ever. So, Liz, thanks for the subscription. 3 months in a row. Do appreciate it. Liz says, Ryan, stop pressing buttons.
Liz, I love you. You
Chisla.
don't have to pander to jury.
Chisle says, Ryan, leave the audio
ways.
alone.
I'm making the audio better. All right.
No, we're not done. There's more. Oh, wait, how do I
It's
scroll?
because you keep bringing it up and people don't know any better than but to parrot you.
Damn, they all have brains for themselves. But what I want to say is, if everything's functioning, the first thing people need to hear is, let's do a song, right? We want to do a song.
Correct.
So, I mean, you do that. I've heard.
Yes,
I've heard
I do.
I've heard you write songs. You just told me.
Yes.
So, are you ready to write a song?
Are we writing the song? Did
No,
you just say?
we did do that though once.
I'm down.
We did that with Alex, who you know.
Love that.
After like that was a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It got real wild. He's a wild dude. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, he's so
It's
wild.
the most wild.
Yeah.
But if you're ready to go, I think that's a head nod. Let's do a song. So what's the song you're gonna do for us? The first one.
Sure. Ryan, do you want to play the song or would you like me to play it live?
No, live.
Yeah,
You want me to play it live? Cool.
Yeah, why'd you ask Ryan? God.
Well, no, he's pressing all the buttons.
He is pressing a lot of buttons. Did anybody notice that?
Okay, this is what I can do. Just don't have the verb.
I think we'll survive because she sounds great all by herself without verb. No,
So-
what is this song?
I'm wondering which I should do first. Do you want me to save good enough?
Nah, go ahead and start there, and then we'll, because we're gonna play the music video later too. We'll
Okay.
give people a break
Cool.
from it. You know how long it gets. Just kidding.
Should I wait?
Yeah, give me a second. Get your mic in place.
God bless everybody on this live stream.
Right? So how do you guys like the new banner at the bottom? Ryan made that. It looks real nice. Has Music Row Hideout and everything.
Love it.
Right? It's nice, right?
It's very professional.
Yeah. Looks better than my shitty one that I normally use.
Okay. Need to touch like two things.
God damn it. Always touching the buttons. He's gonna edit me out saying all that for the podcast.
You're muted. You pushed it too far, man. Okay. Yeah, let me hear your vocal real quick.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Great.
officially ready?
Officially ready.
Ready?
So wait, you never told us what song you're officially doing.
This is Good Enough. This is my single that was just released last week that the lovely Ryan Poole produced. Should I begin?
Begin. Yeah, okay. Sure.
I thought there might be a comment. Dina, push it up to the rug, screw a smile on and fake it. This heart, these scars, I'd offer 'em up, but no one would take 'em. No one would take 'em. I keep on trying, I keep on striving, I keep on begging for love. I think I find it, I undermine it before it's even begun. Every time that I look back on what I did, all my good enough never is. I find that I'm always wishing someone could make me feel less forsaken. I pray they'll stay, but I know that they'll run and wind up leaving me vacant. I keep on trying, I keep on striving, I keep on begging for love. I think I find it, I undermine it before it's even begun. Every time that I look back on what I did, all my good enough never is. I've gotta let it go of what I can't control. It's what I can't control. People come and go, I'm holding on to hope, holding on to hope. I'll keep on trying, I'll keep on striving, I won't be begging for love. And when I find it, won't undermine it before it's even begun. One day I'll look back on all of this and know I'm good enough. Oh, I'm good enough. Do you hear that? Oh, I am good enough. Ta-da!
And I'm unmuted. All right. So that was good enough.
Good enough.
For a second, I thought Ryan was going to turn to me and say, "Your mic has been off the entire time."
I wanted to.
That would
Just
have
know
hurt so
that
bad.
in my heart, I wanted to.
Did you actually think about that?
No.
Wow.
So Jeep Girl 81, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
81 is?
Yes, we go back. We used to Jeep it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Jeep Sisters for life.
Jeep Sisters for life. Yes, it is Elvis behind us, Jeep Girl. You would point that out.
Jeep Girl might have hung that poster.
Jeep Girl is Leah.
What? Leah, we do go back.
Liz says you have a very lovely voice.
Jeep Girl.
81.
Leah,
I think
what
1 through
in the
80 were
world?
taken.
Jeep Girl 81. What? Twitch is the equivalent of like MySpace in 2002, or like it was MySpace around in 2002? No, surely not.
MySpace was definitely around in 2002.
Oops.
What year were you born?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm young.
Were you born in 2000? 99? 2001?
98.
No.
98? That seems much longer. Oh, no, I guess that makes sense because all the kids I'm working with at work right now are born in 99, 2000, and they're younger. You're younger than you or so.
Yeah. It's interesting to, like, I wish I was born in the 2000s because, like, I'll talk.
Why?
Well, no, hear me out. Okay. Imagine saying I was born in 2007. I was born in 2020.
Like you like the way the words
I like
sound
how it
coming out
kind of
of your mouth?
sounds. You know?
But the thing is, what's special about the 2000s?
I'm not here to morally discuss if it's special or not. I'm just
I don't
saying.
think you know why you're here. To be fair.
I'm not here to talk.
The only thing is, you guys, when we get a little older, like
You'll find
in
out.
30 years from now, all the people who are born nowish, when they hear, oh, when were you born? And we're like, 87, 90, 98, whatever. To them, it doesn't even matter at that point. They're going to hear the 19 part, and it's going to sound
you're
like
so old.
It's going to sound like what we think of when people are like, "Oh, I was born in like 1895."
How many times have you heard that in your life, Ryan? How many people have you met born in 1895?
There's Leah. There's
Cheap Girl 99.
81.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dear Lord.
Well, I think if she was born in
each
90,
other.
she was born in 1895, she'd really be like 130 by now.
Yeah. I don't know what the point of that was.
This is the Quick Math Podcast.
Hashtag quick math.
Also, we are the Whole Bottle Podcast, so tonight, since we're drinking Abita Root Beer, we do have to drink all of the root beers. Which is a little unfortunate because I think we bought a 12-pack.
Yeah, like that's 12.
12?
I don't know if we can drink
Do you
12.
see?
I'm on 2.
177 calories.
Well, just so
in
you know,
one.
you have to drink 10.
We
the 12.
we have to do this every week. You only have to drink the whole thing once, So I feel no bad for you. No bad. Only good. Good feelings I have you.
Words are hard.
Aren't they? All right, so Good Enough. Could you tell us what that song you wrote was about?
Yes. So.
This is the worst too because we're so goofy and like I know this song is like all serious. Here, we'll put on our serious faces.
No, it's not possible. It's not in your nature. Is that your serious face? Mm-hmm. You look like a dog.
Yeah,
like a cute
right?
dog.
Like a sad dog.
What kind
Not
of dog?
a sad dog.
You mean like a female dog?
No.
Like a bitch.
Oh my god.
Called you a bitch.
No, I'm a male dog. This is dehumanizing.
Okay.
All right.
This is like a little puppy.
Well, so I was in college getting my associate's degree. Now I'm a junior in college.
Where at?
At Arizona State University online. At the time, I was at Columbia State Community College.
Oh, because Starbucks has that deal with them,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Golden. Genius.
Yes. In Genius, I'll get my bachelor's degree for free because of the associate's degree program that they have here in Tennessee where you can get your community college degree for free.
You know what's not better than getting your college degree for free?
Getting your college degree?
For $200,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah,
I work.
certainly. Oh. Wow.
This
I'm so
is
sorry.
the anti-Belmont finance podcast.
I'm pro Belmont. I'm just anti student loans.
I agree with you. I think everyone should be.
Yeah.
I don't think college should cost an arm and a leg and put you in debt for the rest of your life. I think if people were smart, they would go to community college for 2 years and take up on the offer that Tennessee is offering.
Yeah.
Because that way...
Tennessee Promise.
Correct. That way you can maybe go to MTSU or Belmont or your choice of school and not be in $200,000 debt. Maybe $50,000. Yeah.
Crazy.
Correct. So I was in school and I had a media class and because I'm a communications major, and one of my professors really loves my music and she wanted to feature me in our school magazine.
That's cool.
So yeah, it was cool. And she hired one of our students, to do an interview on me. Excuse me, this root beer is making me burp. Excuse me.
Was the interview anything like this one?
No. No. So one day we sat after class together and we began to just discuss life, and she wanted to ask me questions to have content to write about me in the interview.
Sure.
And one thing led to another, and I'm the kind of person where you might sit down with me and have the intention of getting to know me, but I end up like getting to know you because I just probe people and ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
What you're kind
Don't
of good
even
at.
try that on this show.
Yeah, no. I've tried, Ryan.
You will not get to know us.
So one thing led to another, and I just ended up learning a lot about her personal journey. Her name is Gabby, and she was adopted at birth. Her birth mother was like 17, and her father was like 17, and they just couldn't afford or really have the responsibility to take her, a child.
It's a lot.
So they gave her up for adoption, and a loving family adopted her. And years later, her biological father came back into her life and started a relationship with her. And at that point, she had a decent relationship with her adoptive family and had made some friends. And all in a very quick season, her biological father ended up going to jail. Never told her. He just got down on his knee and gave her this necklace and said, "You're not going to see me ever again." And
that's just delightful.
went to jail. Her best friend ended up trying to commit suicide and pretty much exited her life. Didn't successfully commit suicide, but just exited her life. And her adoptive parents pretty much said they didn't want her anymore.
Wow.
So, and that happened all in a very quick time in her life. So she just felt like her biological family never wanted her. Her friend never wanted her because if she did, she would have stayed. And her adoptive parents didn't want her. So she just felt rejection on the deepest level. And at that point, she just started, numbing the pain with, drugs and alcohol. And over time, she just kind of stopped caring about her life. And she just felt like she was never good enough for people to stay. And that all happened in a span of an hour of me talking to her. And I remember...
That's a lot.
It was a lot. And I was just, she's such a beautiful young woman and is really happy. So I was just shocked to kind of hear the burdens she's carried over life. And I wasn't surprised, but she then told me that she started going to church and she began a relationship with Christ. And I remember one thing she said to me in particular that to this day just makes me very emotional, but she was like, the reason I have such a deep connection with the Holy Spirit is because I know when I meet the Lord, I will meet my Father. And that just broke my heart because every father figure she's had in her life has pretty much not cared and not loved her the way that she ought to be loved. So that conversation obviously made me incredibly emotional and moved. And I was at the end, I was I will be your family. I'll love you. And we just hugged and I was I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. And I had a writing session with my friend Jake, who has been a guest on this show. And I just remember showing up and just weeping. I was I just met the most amazing person. And even though our stories are both very different, I resonated with those words because my life has been very different. I have two amazing biological parents who love me deeply, and I have a support team around me that loves me a lot, yet I have felt that way. And for other different reasons, but I could relate. I could empathize. You get it. You get what I'm saying. So we sat down, I cried, stopped crying, wrote the lyrics, and the next day I saw her at school and I was I wrote a song about you, and she was probably
It's restraining order.
Yeah. But now we're really good friends, and next week on my blog I have a video with her and me having kind of an open dialogue about just this conversation in general, and it's going to be on my blog next week, 6 String Stories. So
Where can people find your blog?
it is on carmenbrandy.com, and it is just an offshoot link on my website, and you'll see it.
And it's called Six String Stories.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was a cute coined term.
It is. I just
And it's an offshoot of your blog.
Wait, does that make sense? Am I okay?
no, it totally makes sense.
He was looking at me like, she already said that. I'm just backing
Thanks,
you
Floppy.
up. I'm just being your hype man here.
Hype me up, my
Moderator
moderator.
Floppy Dongus has
Did
posted
you
the links
see
to your
we
website in the
said
chat.
it at the same time.
Oh my god. I don't know if we're high fiving or like weirdly touching
we were
hands.
having a moment.
Oh.
Wait, here, this one.
Okay.
Wow. You guys should see if you're compatible for phone home.
Oh, you know, there should be something we should all say.
Say?
Okay.
I'm interested. What are you guys on the Enneagram?
Oh,
I'm a
I've
type
never-
2.
I don't
I'm
know.
the helper.
I don't even know what that means.
Great.
Type
what?
8, the dick.
The whatagram? The Enneagram? Why do they gotta
Enneagram.
keep coming up with new things? You know, back in my day, we had the Myers-Briggs,
And that was it.
and then it came out with Strengths Finders, and I was like, okay, this
I
is
love
also
Myers-Briggs.
okay.
I love Myers-Briggs.
Back in
And then
my
there's like
day.
90, and they all say the same shit. It's just like, oh, this is the person you are. Hope you knew it.
We had to walk 10 miles uphill to take the Myers-Briggs test and 10 miles back home just to know that we were an ENFP.
Just to hear the same
Are
shit you
you
knew
an
because you grew up with
I'm an E
yourself.
ENFP.
I'm an ENFP.
What
I'm
are
the
you on?
exact opposite of ENFP.
Yeah.
Literally the exact opposite.
What
It's
is it?
okay.
ISTJ.
Which spells asshole?
Feels perfect in every way.
We should talk about the contrasts. So you're introverted.
Which most people don't believe me that I'm introverted.
Introverted. What's a S?
I don't know.
Stupid.
I just the only way I remember what it is because I remember it's the exact opposite of ENFP.
And is
And my wife is ENFP, and Ryan is my wife's brother
Opposites
is also
attract.
ENFP. And so
like a magnet.
ENFP is like some basic stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
It's
like,
gotta
if you want
be-
to go to another level, some ISTJ. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Next level.
It's got to really
Some
like
next level personality.
it's got to really sink your life that you're living with two ENFPs. There's an
It's
imbalance
really
in the force.
hard.
Yeah.
You need another INTJ.
ISTJ. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Sometimes you just want to chill, you know?
yeah.
Y'all
I don't
ENFPs are
think
not
that's
good at
what that is.
chilling.
I'm
Isn't
good
it-
at chilling.
I don't know if I believe that. Because you're ENFP. How would I believe that?
Well, there's different categories to being an ENFP.
Sure.
You
There's
can-
the E,
that's
the
why
N, the
I
F, and the P.
prescribe to the Enneagram because, listen, you could be a type. I'm a helper, okay, and that's what an ENFP is kind of as well.
I don't think I'm that one.
Liz is
Listen.
INFP.
At your
INFP.
worst, the thing I like about an Enneagram, it shows you at your best and at your worst.
Oh,
Sure.
so Liz is like
So-
me, but more introverted.
Yeah.
You got a good personality, Liz. Well done.
So it says you're good at this, helper.
So
You're
basically,
bad at
no. My basic need is to love. My basic need and my basic desire is to be loved.
But then you gotta delve into that because then you gotta talk about there's the love
You know
languages,
what?
right? There's the love languages.
My love language. I know what my love
Anybody,
languages
by
are.
the way, anybody else want to put your Myers-Briggs in
Yes.
the comments? We'll read them out and talk about it.
It's because then you got the love languages, and then we got. Did you ever take
Life
Strengths Finder?
languages. Strengths Finder. It's a good one.
I don't do
That might,
that one.
might have been before your time, youngins. I took it back in
Wi-Fi
2012, maybe, because my work made everyone do it. I wouldn't have opted to do that, but everyone, we got the results back, and everyone was reading them, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that about myself. I read mine, and I was like, yep. That's just me. I already knew these things. What was the point of taking this long test? That's how I feel with most of these things.
Well, and that might be
That might be part of your thing.
Your thing. Some people when
It's
they
like you already knew this. I did.
well, but with the reaction, like, see, whenever I read my personality results, I'm like, I knew all of this, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I do want to love people, and it's like, it's not like, oh well, I already knew this. It's like, oh my gosh, tell me more.
Oh yeah, I don't get that at
Okay.
all.
So there's this awesome website called.
I'm the opposite
If you
of
guys
that.
are listening and you're like, oh, I would love to know what I am,
16
on MyersBriggs,
personalities.
16personalities.com. And one thing that's nice about them is they give you more than the letters. They give it like a name and a little
Yeah, a little
avatar
description,
and a
it's like,
description.
These
really
are the things
great.
you're good at in life.
So Carmen is an ENFP. That is I just happen to remember it's the campaigner. Enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile.
Sounds delightful.
Now, Liz, on the other hand, is an INFP. She is the mediator. And she's got a nice, you can't see my phone, but a nice little avatar of a girl with flowers with like birds flying around. Says poetic,
Thanks, Liz.
poetic, kind, and altruistic people always eager to help a good cause.
I'm a good cause.
Yep.
It's helping me.
Now, anybody else put theirs in? Lee is also ENFP.
ENFP. So
I'm
many
also
ENFPs
ENFP.
about.
Jury is a IN.
ISTJ.
ISTJ.
The logistician.
The logistician. There is a picture of a guy with glasses and a tie. Practical and fact-minded individuals whose reliability cannot be doubted. Oh God, I hate that I just read that. Yeah, it's like we're gonna be at home. Like I don't know about that.
My reliability cannot be doubted. What are you talking about? You don't know about that.
Anybody else? Throw your things in there. We'll read them.
Or take the test now. Liz linked the 16 personalities in the
Stop
chat for
watching
everybody.
our show. Take this test.
Yeah.
Then come and tell us what your result was. We'll have moved on. But
Liz is also an asshole.
I don't know, Liz. Yours sounds pretty damn nice. I think you just want to be an asshole.
Unless he was calling me an
Poetic, kind of not. Oh, yeah.
asshole. One or the other.
Liz, please clarify if you're calling Jury an asshole or yourself.
So, obviously, there's a
I like
fly
this.
on the thing.
INFP, a.k.a. Liz, are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people.
Hope you found that hint.
It's so mean.
So,
Anna says she has an inner flame. That's
wow.
nice. Anyway, where were we? You had a test, and there was the Enneagram, and there's a...
So yeah, the Enneagram, which Leah just typed out, which is spelled different. When you said Enneagram, I thought it was gonna be like Instagram with extra letters.
No.
Okay, so the Enneagram. I know nothing about it. You started and we rabbit trailed off. So
Yeah, you were a
I'm
helper,
bringing it back
And you
here.
were talking... Was that we were talking
Helper
about your song, maybe?
Needs
That
love.
you were a 2.
Needs to love. Love languages.
You try to find it, you undermine it
And it tells you the bad
before
things.
it's even begun. Yeah.
Oh goodness, 2 things happening. My brain focused, help.
Talk about your
Health.
song. I think you were saying your song applies to you,
Yes.
and that you started writing it with Jake,
Yes.
and that you're number 2, and so that's the song.
Yeah, what does that mean?
No.
She told us helper. She likes
Oh, because that's
needs
the
love.
label of the.
And
Yes,
to
it's called
give
the
love and
helper.
to
What's
help
number
love.
1?
Number 1, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-diagnose you. I know we're not supposed to do that, but you're definitely a type 4.
Oh, I am the 4th.
Type 4.
I think you're a type 4. I could be wrong, but every person that I've met like you are typically type 4s.
Who's amazing in every way. Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. I knew it. I knew
Most gamers I know are type 4s.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean, Liz?
Type 4. The romantic.
No!
Oh.
On the Enneagram.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Let me unbutton one more button.
What?
Type 4. The individualist.
Nah, I don't know.
The sensitive, introspective type.
Hour. How would you know?
Okay. Introspective type. Expressive, dramatic, self-absorbed, and temperamental. I could see it.
I'm not temperamental.
Inside. Just don't let it show. Basic fear that they have no identity or personal significance. How did that make you feel?
I don't have that
Was there
feeling.
like a tension in
I
your
don't
heart?
feel that at all.
Basic desire to
I'm
find
I know
themselves
I'm
and their
significant.
significance, to create an identity.
I know I'm significant.
I don't know, man. I think you must be covering up because this says no. This website knows all of you.
Which of that website and me, whose reliability is more infallible? I would just say I'm pretty sure it's me.
Don't you mean undoubtable? Yeah. Okay. So,
All right.
contemporaries: Miles Davis, Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, Leonard Cohen, A Streetcar
He's just
Named
reading
Desire,
the internet now, I think.
Johnny Depp.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, if you're a Johnny Depp and Nick Cage,
I do like Nick Cage.
you're kind of like a
Old
Nick Cage looking guy.
I don't look like Nick Cage. That's
Yeah,
just
I
not,
don't
that's
think
just
you
not
look like-
true.
No, in your soul.
Oh, sure. But I got that Nick
Maybe.
Cage soul.
Yeah, like you'd be
Yeah.
in any movie. It's true, right? If someone came to you and was like, "You want to be in a movie?" Are you going to be like, "Let me see that script first"?
Except for
Though?
someone did come to me and say, "Do you want to be a movie?" And I said no.
That's true because you had work,
I had work.
but you would have been.
Yeah. So the
So anyway,
Enneagram.
we were talking about this song "Good Enough" that you've written.
Yes. My song.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, you know the backstory
Yes.
of why I wrote it. Sat down with Jake. We wrote it over a period of a couple hours. And it's just been one of my favorite songs ever since.
Okay.
And I've written a lot of songs since then, but it's just something that I like. It's my song of liberation, freedom
Okay.
for me, because I don't want to live my life like that anymore, where I feel like all my good enough never is, because it is. As long as you put forth your best effort, I think it's good enough.
Damn it! I was coming up with a snarky comment, and I was like, I don't know how snarky you want to go with that.
Tell us about co-writing.
Co-writing.
Co-writing?
Okay. Well,
Not writing with co, but for people who aren't musical.
oh, I don't do any of that other. I
and-
only write with Co.
Oh, wow.
Specifically.
And or people who like don't live in outside of Nashville. It's less popular to co-write, and outside of certain genres.
Sure.
But like, why wouldn't you just like write a song by yourself? Why would you go write with another person? And what does that look like?
Well, I don't really co-write very much anymore, but when I first moved to town, that's all I did. And I would maybe have, because at the time when I moved here, I went to just standard high school for maybe a couple of months. Hello.
A rave just began
Did
upstairs.
y'all hear that?
I know, I'm waiting patiently for the EDM concert to begin upstairs.
I think there's a solid chance we're going to be overrun with an EDM concert.
This is so amusing.
We just got new upstairs neighbors.
Oh no.
Yeah. I haven't even met them yet. Knocking?
I want to go check that out.
Will you guys talk about co-writing and
I want to know what's happening though.
This is so funny.
You came at the weirdest. No other episode has
I
been
wonder,
this odd.
can you guys hear that upstairs? Can you hear that?
Dear Lord.
Maybe we should not do an interview and literally just dance this entire time.
Just dance party.
Yeah, just like when people tune in, it's literally, wait, go this way.
Wait, I don't.
Literally, if
I
we
can't
just do
keep
this
up.
the whole time.
That's just the whole show, just that for like 6 hours.
Like people tune in just to
Oh,
see
man.
how
We're gonna have to have you
long
back
we
as well
go.
for like a regular episode too, because this guy.
I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the
just to see how it goes. Because I know now you know a number of people who have. Look at all the extra root beers. I know we brought a bunch. I know you know a bunch of people who we've had on the show before
It's
this.
Jake Anderson, Alexander Wren,
Mm-hmm.
Roger Yeager. I believe, has he been on?
Roger? Yeah, he was number 2, episode 2. We tried to get him for
you.
episode 1. Hey,
I think we
Bryson.
got it. I think we got it.
Oh, did they actually stop it? Did Ryan actually get him to stop whatever was going on?
That or he's not coming back.
Yeah, well, Ryan's getting murdered. Squash? I'm just gonna call you Squash. Is this a dance stream? Kinda.
Is it? I'm so glad we put that illusion.
It's back. So, for those of you who are just tuning in, the upstairs neighbors are apparently starting a
Rave.
Friday night rave, and it's delightfully
Comical, truly.
making our situation confusing.
I can't wait to hear this podcast back.
Oh my gosh!
You know what we
wait.
should do for the listeners who are not viewing
Yeah.
this podcast currently. Maybe I should do this ASMR. Currently,
That got weird.
we are sitting in a beautiful studio off of Music Row, and we are in the basement of an old home.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon
old
Jennings.
Home. You know
old
Waylon
home.
Jennings?
Yes, I do. A star, an icon. And who happens to rent the upstairs are what I would assume young hormonal boys.
It's a frat from Vanderbilt.
Let us pray for all fratry. Anyway, if you
Maybe
are
swap.
listening to the podcast and wonder when the rave happened and began, that wasn't up to us. That wasn't planned.
Just lucky.
This you're just lucky. But it appears to have stopped. So,
For now. We'll see.
like Ryan comes back and
It
is
can
like,
start at
"It's not
any
happening."
moment. So I was going to ask you, because you know Jake, you know Alex, and Roger.
Yeah.
Did you, before coming on here, listen to any of those?
I did not.
That's good. It's better that
Well,
way.
I saw clips of things
I'm not judging.
that I was quite amused actually.
I was just
by.
curious as to your expectation
So
before.
Ryan,
Yeah.
we just explained the situation that was happening, and I was wondering
How'd that go?
how did that go?
Oh wow. Well, it was super annoying. Two guys. So for those who don't know, Music Row Hideout is recorded in a basement
We've
studio.
already told them.
Formerly, okay, we've gone through.
Chase.
So anyway, the new frat guys just moved in, / I think are still moving in, and I went up there. First off, when they opened the door, it smells like cigarettes inside.
You're
Like
probably
they're
not
definitely
so
smoking inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that, so I'm gonna have to talk to the landlord. Now I don't want to be a jerk, but sometimes I can smell cigarette smoke down here, and
Yeah.
it's just not good for my business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so I gotta talk to them about that. Number two, like frat dudes walk out and just like look at me like kind of like shrug me off like I'm not this person standing at the door. And then I'm like, hey, do you guys live here? And they're like, yeah, what's up? And then I was like, yeah, I need you. Hey, so I'm the guy underneath. Oh, well, we don't actually live here. We're just friends with the guy who lives here. I'm like, okay, cool. You're in the same frat. I get it. Then they like walk off like, Hans, turn it down, man. Just turn it off. Just turn it off. Yeah. And then the guy, I'm like, he's at the whole other side of this ginormous room. And I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm actually at the studio underneath you. Good to meet you. Did you just move in? And he just like was looking down a lot. Like, he's like kind of a tall guy. Like, he's not this shrimp, you know what I'm saying? But like, I got the whole vibe that I was the angry old neighbor. And I was trying to be so nice, but he's just like looking down the whole time like a dog that just got hit. And like, I felt like everything I could read about his
He was
body.
so proud of his sound system.
Yeah, he was. What I could read about his body language was he was pissed off. He was mad at me. He felt like I was coming down on his shit. And I was a dick. That's
Now,
what
wait,
I got.
Did you even ask him?
I didn't
point
even
to-
ask him to stop at this point. He turned it off because
He knew.
his dudes yell at him. So maybe he was mad about that. Yeah, he probably did know it was ridiculous. But what pissed me off is like his whole vibe was everything was internally was a big fuck you.
Yeah.
What he was
And a
saying
little
that in his
external.
head, but externally he wasn't even trying to be nice. Like, he's not old enough to understand how to be a good person yet.
Sure.
How
How old do you think he is? About
was a
21?
college senior.
What
Yeah.
does that say about you?
Carmen is a good person.
Okay.
Girls get it younger.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Good to
That
know.
was a big state.
he was just looking at me. It's true. He was just looking down and just kind of like seriously, he looked like a 7-year-old who was in trouble. That I just told him to go to his room, and I'm trying to introduce myself, and I'm like, hey man, I under there. I'll give you my number at some point. I got to get back there because we're recording a thing, but I'll totally connect with you later. Give my number because sometimes I'm going to be really loud. Sometimes you're going to be loud. You guys have parties sometimes. I have, and
and you're
we'll
like,
work it
I'm
out.
cool with that because I'm still young and hip. Just like that, right?
I love parties. But I was just trying to like be nice and not be condemning or accusatory in any way. And he was just looking at me like the most angry little bastard. And I already hate that guy. So
I bet his name's
Day one.
Tanner.
Do you want to
Probably
talk
is.
about it more, Ryan?
Totes a Tanner. No, I'm done. I
Tell
just
me one of them root beers behind you.
and I asked
Need
him.
it.
I asks him. I says to him. Hey, are you guys doing a party tonight or something? And he's like, no. And there's no one in the house whatsoever. Like, so you don't probably have to be at rave level volumes right now. I didn't say that. That was inside. But I'm better.
Use your internal voice.
As an adult man, I can hide what I think inside and strategically speak. He could not do that. Okay. So back to you. So you wrote the song. It's called "Good." No, we should move on. I haven't. Should we ask her an important question?
I kind of think we're
Just
at
to
the
get back
point-
on track.
I kind of think we're at the point to play another song. Just stop.
Yeah, you're right. We are.
We got to play another song. Are you ready to play another
I think
song?
you're right. I think it's a good time for a new song.
We want more songs.
It's a
Let us do
good
it.
time.
So hold
for
on
a
before you start
new
playing.
song.
Well, I know you gotta mute us and stuff. Not her, just us. In case you were worried.
Yeah, no, we mute you when you play, and then we
Everyone
just
laughs.
talk to the mics, and we're like,
Look at her
that
just
was a bad
playing in
chord.
silence.
That was. I didn't like that note.
So for people who just joined, it's Carmen Brandy, and you can find her on her website,
Yeah.
carmenbrandy.com,
Yes,
along
you
with her
can.
blog.
6 string stories.
And where else can they find you on the internet that we have not talked about yet? Instagram?
You can find me on Instagram at Carmen Brandy.
We got a link to that in the chat.
You can find me on Twitter at Carmen_Brandy.
Can we link to that in the chat?
You can find me on Tumblr on Carmen Brandy.
Really?
Yes.
Use Tumblr?
I tumble every day.
You tumble every day.
Can we
get a
link to that in the chat?
What song are you gonna play?
Woo. I am
Root
going
beer
to
too strong?
Yes, it's just so strong. I'm gonna play a song called Hearts Can Change. It's a 21st century heartbreak. There wasn't even a first date, couldn't get through the door. Wasn't the color Dad was looking for. He thinks, aren't we all made equal? Why aren't people just people? I thought we had moved past this. Who really gives a damn about my skin? Who's this the land of the free? Who's this the home of the brave? Who, if it's in God we trust, why do we curse his name? She's just an everyday woman, dealing with stuff that she shouldn't have to put up with, just to make it through a normal shift. She smiles and acts like it's okay for him to
Now, we do have a request for one of your songs. Actually, not right this second. We'll do it in a little bit here.
What is the request?
So, for I don't want to get the title wrong, so I'm gonna wait till I can see it again in the chat. Even though we discussed it earlier.
Really?
Yeah. Weren't you
Is
there?
it-
Did we?
Yeah.
We don't need money?
We don't need money. That's the one.
Yes. Who requested
I was-
it? Is
I
it
was like-
Jeep Girl 81?
Yes.
Hey, Jeep Girl 81.
Wouldn't it be awkward if Jeep Girl 80 showed up?
Oh my God.
Wouldn't it be even more awkward if Jeep Girl 79 showed up?
Oh.
Of all of them.
I wonder if there's a Jeep Boy 69.
Probably.
That would be great.
I hate that guy already.
I know,
His
what a
name's
dick.
Gary.
Gary. Everybody calls him Gare. Hey, Gare. God, I hate Gare.
Guys, you know I'm going by Jeep Boy.
Look, 69.
Hey, it's Gare Jeep Boy 69 over there.
Oh, gosh.
You know who he hangs out with? His best friend Clancy,
See?
Oh.
who he calls Clance.
Clance and Gare. Classic.
And Clancy reserved Jeep Boy 34, but Gare won't let him use it because he's like, bro, you're totally copying my style. And then what does Gare do when he gets off work? He goes to his frat house above a studio and starts playing rave music.
Oh my gosh. What if Jeep Boy 34 was watching this right now and be like, stop.
But he wouldn't, because he'd just sit there in solid silence and
Yeah, he
stare
would
down
just
at the
keep looking
ground.
down. Yeah.
God, everyone hates this guy.
All right, so that song was called
Hearts can change.
Can They Though?
It's hard for you to
yes, they
follow.
can.
It's just you don't know where we're going to go.
Discussion.
Just trying to keep up.
Yeah, there's lots to
Can
discuss in that
hearts
song.
change?
Yeah, so let me break it down.
Yeah, break it down.
Interracial relationships, sexual harassment in the workplace. I was going too deep on one, so we're not going to go there. But yeah, so
That's what the song's about. Those weren't just concepts.
Yeah, they're not just concepts
Like,
I'm
where are we
talking
going
about.
with this?
But those were two things I was inspired to write about. Because when I moved to the South, I really didn't. I just like realized that there's just cultural norms here, and like dating outside of your general race is not, or like color, is just not common here as much as it was when I moved here. See, I feel like I see more beautiful interracial couples, but yeah, that's like
You mean now than you used to?
yeah, like even in my area I see more, but that's my own personal experience. And I just like remember feeling from people in my life like why would you date someone who's different than you? And I was like, why not? Like what's different? Are we talking about someone's color? Is that the issue at hand? And it was. So that's never been an issue for me. And don't really understand that. I don't really understand that.
That's the new generation who didn't grow up in the previous generation,
That is how that works.
right?
Correct.
Like,
so,
this is the first generation that might actually think that from the start. Like, we're always taught in school not to be racist. I would like to think I wouldn't be racist anyways, but I'll never know if I wasn't taught that way.
Sure. I think
What I'm saying is I could have been racist. I'm saying,
It's all right, man.
I'm not though.
The way you just said that, it sounds like I could have been a rocket ship driver. I could have been a professional sports
But
guy.
I'm just saying the younger people might grow up in a place that is much less racist, even though we didn't grow up in like a super racist time.
We grew up. I thought you were saying place. I'm like, us?
Time. So like as new generations happen, it'll be like in general things like significantly less.
there's a
have those-
generational divide.
Yeah, and they'll have those issues progressively less over time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're just that next step past us.
yeah, and it's by having conversations and writing songs. And
Or, yeah, our generation before us
yeah.
were all racist for sure, all of them.
Every last one.
Every last one. of them.
Anyone
For
born
instance-
That's what you're
prior
saying,
to
right?
1987.
No. I think for instance, in my case, I don't believe the people that were close to me who felt this way were quote unquote racist. I think
Okay.
that we are used to seeing what marriage should look like, and not every relationship looks the way that you think it should. And if you love someone who looks a little bit different than you, then why not? They're still human, you know? So anyway, that was one just like thing that was on my heart that I wanted to write about and like personally share. And then the second verse is also something I've experienced on multiple occasions, which is like just generally being perceived as just a sexual object by men, and not all men, just a very unfortunate, disgusting view. So, sorry, disgusting is a large word, but it's true. Just the other day, I work at Starbucks, and there's a employee at the mall who has been harassing me for 3 months. And I finally, went to mall security, and he doesn't work there anymore. At least I don't think so. Actually, no, I think he does work there still. But he doesn't follow me around anymore and try to talk to me. So, and it's not just something that's like they want to come meet you and get to know you. It's just a sense that you have as a woman, and also things that have happened to me. Because I opened my store, and to make a long story short, I've had some instances where I've been I've encountered him in a way that made me fearful. So these are just things I've experienced, and many women experience, and many men experience in their workplace. So I just wanted to talk about that, and I'm passionate about kind of talking about things that might be more difficult to express in music. Like, how many songs are you going to listen to on like the Hot 100 that's about sexual harassment, unless it's for like the promotion
of
Sexual harassment.
you know, like, you know. So that's what that song is about.
You mean like the promotion of like an anti-sexual harassment commercial?
Exactly, like Lady Gaga did a song.
Yeah, I meant
was
like
thinking,
promoting
like,
sexual
like
harassment.
songs promote
I'm like
sexual
number
harassment.
one right now probably is.
Yeah, well, no, I would agree with you completely on that. But yeah, I think Lady Gaga released one like 2 years ago that was it was about girls in college who were just like continually being, you know, assaulted or raped, and it was really powerful. But again, it was like not just something that you're just driving down the road like ooh, ooh, you know, my song.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm crying because of what you did, and like, hey, you know, you should, like, you know, cry it out, then move forward. But yeah, so that's what that song's about. I believe that people can change, and I've watched even people in my own life change their outlook on those particular subjects, and that's why I do believe people can change their mentality or the way that they grew up. Everyone, I have hope in humanity. So, yes.
Awesome. Have you ever heard of sexual harassment panda?
Oh,
He is the mascot of anti-sexual harassment, and he is a panda.
okay.
As you would expect.
Yeah.
And he has a little song,
Can you
and
sing
it
it?
goes like this:
Oh God.
sexual harassment panda. I think it's like that. I think that's really
What are
the
you
tune.
saying? It literally just says panda.
Panda. He's a big man in a panda bear suit,
He's not a real panda?
and he, well, you know,
That's the
use your
secret. It's a
imagination.
man
And
in the panda suit, and he's like sexual harassment panda, and like
I think you're reading a little too much into...
and I think his catchphrase is something like, "When sexual harassment makes me a sad panda." Anyway,
wow.
South Park.
I have nothing to say to that. I just don't even know.
Yeah, neither do I.
That's really tough.
Thanks.
really tough. Anyway, he could be the mascot of your song,
Oh,
maybe the cover of your album.
I'm pretty sure he's copyrighted. Trademark.
well,
Yeah.
great suggestion. I'll send,
Yeah,
Keep that in mind.
I'll take that
Put
in.
that one in the pocket for later.
yep, what he said.
So, you've been writing songs.
Yes.
I feel like I'm trying to keep getting somewhere. We're never getting there.
We're actually, yes, I've been.
That is what this
It's like-
podcast
That's what we
is.
do.
The You'll Never Quite
Thanks,
Get There
Bryson.
podcast.
They'll never
Music Row
hashtag
Hideout.
you'll never quite get there.
Music
We
Row
should start
Hideout.
setting a destination in the beginning of the show so that we can have a tangible, quantifiable goal to never achieve.
That's great.
Map out a course just so everyone thinks they know where we're going
Ryan, you're
and can
capable
watch
of it.
us not get
I
there.
was peeing in your bathroom,
And I do have a map.
Yes, and you have a map
I do have a map.
with Roger Yeager's little road
And
tour.
you know what's funny
Yeah.
about that map? So he drew like where they went,
Yes.
but it's like too big of a map. And so he drew just like in the corner or whatever, like the side of the map. It's not like a
Like-
map of the area. It's not like he drove across the United States.
Look, man, it's just the map Hertz rental car gave me. What was I going to do?
I think it's kind of cute.
Enlarge it,
He thinks
magnify
it's,
it.
it's adorable.
Thanks,
I think I
totes
was like-
adorbs.
Every time I see it, I laugh a little
No.
bit because I think it's too big of a map for a line.
I like seeing the rest of Oregon and Washington combined.
So now that you did a song with Ryan. How long ago was that? That was
That
recent, right?
kind of.
Yeah,
May.
Soups Reese.
Soup
That's
Soup?
recent. Yeah.
Maybe like
Well, we started in May, and it was a slow process of In fact, did we start even working on it in April? Maybe like demo.
I met with you in April.
We met in April,
But I think
we
we-
worked on it in May.
Yeah.
We recorded it in May. Maybe we should talk about that. Could you tell us where we recorded
Yes,
it? And
we
things?
recorded at Welcome to 1979. It's a analog-based studio, and it's spectacular.
What does analog mean?
Analog means, it's kind of an ancient form of recording now.
Ancient.
Ancient. It's straight to tape. So if you also don't know what that means, it means that we're not using digital. We're using analog-based equipment where, it's much more difficult. For instance, you
There's
don't
a piece
have
of tape.
Yeah.
And there's a magnet, and the magnet creates an electrical field that writes to that magnetic tape the audio signal.
What he said.
Yeah, I asked the question, like, what is analog? I was like, I don't know. I was scribed analog. My only answer would be like, no, not digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, and analog is a wider term as well, but how we're using it right now is to say that we didn't record straight into Pro Tools or some other digital interface. We recorded to magnetic tape, which has a different sound quality to it.
We
Makes it sound older
the thing
school.
we did with
Jake.
Jake
Yeah, we made Jake play through the tape machine.
live.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I've done that a time or two.
hammer too,
Just not on the
but
podcast.
never live on the internet.
Just not live on the interweb.
Yeah.
But
So we went there, and it was a neat studio, huh? They had the second floor was the control room. They had a bottom floor was the tracking room where we all were. And one of the coolest things is they had a slide that went from the the control room upstairs down to the tracking room on the downstairs.
so they also have a slide that took you back up.
They did not have a
They
reverse
should- They
slide.
should have had that.
They should have been. You really
They
gotta
installed
have that.
antimatter into the attic. So we recorded there and did a half day, and then we did the rest of it here at the studio.
It was
And
awesome.
you put it out. It came out August 11th or 10th.
August 10th.
Hold on.
August 10th.
I want this to be both real. I want this to be real so bad. Someone just joined the chat named Gare Bear. No, it's definitely a troll. Definitely, it's both a troll,
This is wrong.
but B. I want to. Are you a random troll, or are you someone else who created a new username? I must know, because the chance of that.
I know.
No, if it was if Gare Bear was the true troll, it would have been Gare Bear Jeep Boy, right?
Well,
or like
that's true.
Gare Jeep Boy
That
69.
must be real. Oh my god, that just made everything so good.
Gare Bear, if you
I'm
are
so
a real
satisfied
person,
with.
we're gonna have to encourage you to go back and listen to about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, does he want to?
This took me so off.
You're blessed.
I'm so blessed. Hashtag blessed.
I feel real. Want to feel me? We're gonna stop reading Gare Bear's
yeah, I
comments.
know. Gare Bear's getting real
make sure
weird.
you go back and listen to the podcast a little bit. We already dogged on you.
Going to do it again. Floppy will regulate you, so watch out. So what I want to know is, what are you? So now you got a song. It
Yes.
sounded like you were thinking about doing more of those.
Yes.
Because I know before we started, you were talking about doing a Kickstarter that you might be doing something in the future.
Correct.
Is that to raise for an album?
Yes. That's the goal. I've always wanted to do a record. I haven't really released any music in about 2 years, up until last week. And I've just now have a collection of songs I'm really, really proud of and loved. And I just feel like for so long, I've always said, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I remember I was sitting in Brenda Lee's house in her living room in Green Hills. And if you
Stop the press. Who's Brenda Lee?
let me explain. I was getting
Okay.
there.
God, someone jumping the gun.
Make
If
sure
you
I know who
know-
Brenda Lee is, so I want to make sure you.
Rocking around the Christmas tree. I'm not just singing the song randomly.
To do.
Yes, that's Brenda Lee, and she has a song called like
I
something.
think it's called
She
Rockin'
wrote
Around
that
the
song and
Christmas
sang
Tree.
that song.
Well, yes, she wrote and sang that song,
And
but
she's a short little old lady, and she's the happiest person you've ever seen.
she sure has. I remember meeting her at a live radio show, and she was like, "Do you want pie?"
And did you want pie though?
You just sounded like a
What, did you
South
eat the
Park
pie?
character.
Yes, and I was like,
want the pie, little girl?
But hold on, did you get the pie though?
I got the pie.
Just
was
making
it?
sure.
Was it
And-
poisoned? Was it Christmas themed?
Okay. Went over to her house.
Was it pine flavored?
What?
Pine flavored. Her song's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Pine flavored pie. It's her
The
thing.
joke has not
Sure,
landed. Let's move on.
Wow. Shot down. She's only
you.
19.
Doesn't understand humor yet. Tell us more about the pine tree pine.
So you're
did.
rocking around the Christmas tree's house.
She did have a pine. I was about to say she did have a pine. She had a pie, and I got to meet her family. And I remember her listening to a bunch of my songs. And one interesting note that's kind of comical is while I was sitting in her living room waiting for her to come sit down with me, I looked at her tissue box, and it had in Sharpie Luke Bryan and his number written on the tissue box.
Wow. Well.
I was like, I
Rocking around
thought
the
it was so
Christmas tree,
funny.
Brenda Lee is getting a little free Luke Bryan.
Where did that go? On a tissue box?
He wrote his name and number on her tissue
Yeah.
box.
No, like I'm pretty sure what would be.
She stole it from him.
Okay.
And then he's
Now
very
she's a
protective.
thief?
And he's very protective of his tissue. He writes his name and number on each one, on each box.
I'm pretty sure she was on the phone with somebody and didn't have anything to write it down. So she took the most near object on a tissue
It
box.
could be. Or he could have
Two
written
men.
in there and been like,
Two
call
men.
me.
These are the brains of men.
Yeah, I was thinking that he gave her his number.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
Here, let me
So-
give you my digits. Do
but back
you have
to
a tissue box handy?
back to what I was saying. I've always told myself I'm not ready. I was No.
To record music.
Yes.
For anything.
For anything.
Sorry.
Really. I think I was around 15 or 14. No, 15. And I was over at her house because she made an invite. And she was like, I want to take you to BMG. Wait. Big Machine. Yeah, Big Machine. Yeah, I don't know. She's like, let me take you Scott Bruschetta tomorrow. And I was,
Shadow?
yes.
What does that mean?
Big Machine label group.
Scott Bruschetta is,
Oh, Scott Bruschetta.
yeah.
I mean, I also don't know who that is.
He's a big man on campus in Nashville.
I thought you said like,
He started Big Machine Records.
oh, yeah. I thought you said
Correct.
like Scarp or Shadow. I thought it was like rain or shine. That's what
Scott Bruschetta. Either one.
That should be one of your coined terms on this show. If someone says something funny, Scott Bruschetta.
I didn't understand. Okay. So it's a
Rain or
dude.
shine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scott Bruschetta is the founder of Big Machine Records, which was the record label that launched Taylor Swift's career.
Okay.
Yes.
So they kind of did well for themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just remember, it's Brenda Lee telling you that. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, Miss Brenda, I'm not ready. Stop. I'm not ready. No.
Did you get her number so you can call her back and let her know that
I
you
do,
were
but
ready
that's
now?
a long story.
Yeah. You
she's
call her
a-
back and she was like, "You ate my pie. Turn down my suggestions. I'm not
No.
helping you no more."
No, I actually, thankfully got to see her for a little bit. More than once, more than twice. But 3 times. I think it was 3 times that I got to be around her, hang out with her. And she was a lovely lady, but I also think that she's, focused on living her life.
She's not focused on living your life for you.
Yeah, to the fullest extent that she, has left. So, it's dark.
Wow.
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 That was a joke. She has a beautiful family and a large family, and I'm pretty sure that one of her grandchildren had special needs, so she takes care of her one of her grandchildren. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
So anyway, things like that have happened to me. There's been multiple experiences I've had where people have offered me to do pretty cool things, and I've just turned it down because I've never felt like I was capable of being successful at them. So as opposed to saying no, I'm not ready to create another record, I'm just gonna keep walking forward and keep taking steps of faith, even at times when I feel like I've really been blindly walking through doors, and so far I don't think that I'm in the wrong area in my life. I think that I'm walking
Doing
in
the
the
right
Lord's
thing.
will. So, yeah.
So have you seen the movie Yes Man?
Yes, I have.
It's just reminded me of that. That's what it sounds exactly what
Yes,
you're talking about.
great movie.
It's a great
I don't know
movie.
if I completely agree with it, but it's a great movie.
Say yes to everything always.
Yeah, that wasn't the point of the movie.
Yes.
You know, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't about just saying yes to everything. That was the opposite of the point of the movie, kind of.
Yeah, yes.
Right? You know, because then they were like, don't
Yep,
just do
yep, I
that,
get-
make
yep.
smart decisions.
Yes.
Was the how did the movie make smart decisions?
Maybe so. It's been a long time since I've seen it. The point was probably don't say no to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say
Just
yes to
just
some
be a
things.
guy who does stuff sometimes. That's the point of the movie.
This summer, Jim Carrey must learn to be a guy who does stuff sometimes.
Sometimes. So now, do you already have songs written for the album? You start writing songs for an album?
I mean, I think I have a wonderful collection of things that I would gladly put on a record today. Who's to say October is far away, and that's not even when we would be recording. So, who's to say what songs I would have by the time we actually, put it to tape?
You are truly a woman of mystery.
Am I?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
You are, actually.
Yeah.
It's true,
Well,
you
I
are to
have
say.
a lot of songs I'm passionate about, and I would really love to record. So, if another one comes along that trumps that one, then perhaps I would
Kick it to the curb.
get to the curb. But so far, yes.
Awesome. Sideways question. On your questionnaire, you said you like macrame.
I do.
Tell us more. What is macrame?
Macrame is a form of art using
Wait, I
string.
thought it was a form of pasta.
I thought
Did
it
you
was a
really?
shampoo.
Did you actually?
No.
Ooh la la.
Yes. I actually have an Etsy where I sell my macrame.
Oh, really?
And
Can we get a link to our Etsy in the chat?
Oh, God.
If you can find that. What's it called?
Yeah, I think it's called Carmen Brandy Designs.
You were really branding that name.
Yes, I am. So, I've basically been making macrame for probably a little over a year.
You still got to describe what it is.
Yes, so macrame can be a variety of things. It can be jewelry. You can make bracelets and necklaces and purses with it, even shirts. But predominantly macrame is in the form of wall hangings or plant hangers. So a lot of times, if you see like a plant that's floating in the air, there will be often macrame that is tied in varying knots, and like there's an infinity knot, there's loop knots, there's half knots.
I just posted in the chat and he goes, yeah, I can't find it.
Carmen, here,
If I saw a plant floating in the air, I wouldn't be thinking about macrame. I'd be thinking, what the hell is making that plant float? Is it antimatter in the attic? Which, by the way, doesn't that sound like a Hardy Boys book title? Antimatter in the attic.
what's a Hardy Boy?
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Do you know Nancy Drew?
The interviewer?
Detective? Kid-tective? Okay. Do you know
It's
Mary
not-
Kate and Ashley Olsen?
Go to Etsy.
I Googled it and this came up as your blog.
This is the well, yeah, it is my blog. You can go to actually. I think there is a link to not to my personal Etsy on my blog, but to Etsy.
Oh, I can just type in Etsy.
Yeah, type in Etsy Carmen Brandy Designs.
You're missing out on customers here.
I
It's
know.
too hard for us to find you.
You can't. Okay.
We're on Etsy. Carmen,
Brandy
we're typing now. Carmen Brandy
Designs.
Designs. And what happens?
The internet's kind of slow.
A floating plant!
No.
I don't see any floating
all
plants.
one word.
Oh, no. Playa del Carmen.
I will delete the spaces in between the words.
This is a good tutorial for people at home. They're going to have a hard time typing.
You have to. There's a certain. thing you have to
Underscore?
look for. No.
We will have our we'll have our cracked. Oh, you know what you can do? Look at me using my brain and stuff. Click on literally anybody's profile and then just change the name.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's
Interesting.
see if that will work.
Hey, we did it.
Genius.
Jerry, could you post that in the chat?
So currently, I don't have anything up for sale, but that will change after tonight.
After what are you putting up there? It says
So
one
you can look at my previous things. Yeah, I really honestly I was about to actually, which I didn't get to do. But I was going to teach a class in Columbia how to make macrame.
Oh, that's a floating plant.
Do you see?
I see.
How cute.
Now everybody can see it on the stream.
It's hipster as.
Isn't it so cute? But I make even prettier things now. That was like one of my first little hangings. I sanded that piece of wood myself.
Wow, by hand?
Yes, hours by hand though, with a machine. A sander.
I don't know how you sand things. I mean, I've sanded things before, but I've never like made something. Have I made things? I've probably made things.
I could feel like you could have made things.
I sanded down like a guitar body once.
There.
count?
Hey, yeah, that totally
I sanded
counts.
a rock once until it was shiny.
You can do that.
I used to have a rock
Sixth
tumbler.
grade camp.
You know what?
Rock tumbler.
My hands were the tumbler. Tumbled the shit out of that rock.
Well, it's time for another very important question.
Okay.
Oh, is it time?
Is it? Or should I ask a question, or should we do a music video first? Is it so early for the question?
No.
Oh
It went
dear,
for
what
2 hours.
question is this?
It's not too early.
The question people sometimes leave after. Okay. If you had to answer.
You got the mousetrap ready?
Yeah.
Oh no! What does that mean? What are you... Oh no.
Please arm the mousetrap.
What? I've never armed a mousetrap before.
Oh, this could go bad.
What do I do?
Arm it.
Is it...
Okay, so you pull, take put that thing back down. Yeah. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull that lever.
Why would I pull? Is it gonna
You're
shock
gonna pull
me?
it back. And that's not how they work. It uses
I don't know your
force.
sick games.
It.
When I'm pulling back.
So if you're listening to the podcast, what
I'm
you'll
afraid
have to know is that Carmen currently holds a ginormous rat
My
trap in her
hands are
hands.
sweating.
So you're gonna pull back the lever, which is spring loaded. Don't let it go. Hold on tight. Then you take that armature and you put it behind the lever.
I don't know how to...
Not even trying?
This is my guitar.
Carmen, you're a grown up
I'm
now.
doing it.
What if
I'm doing it. What am
You're
I
not
doing?
doing
rat
it. You're
lives in
literally-
your
I'm
house?
gonna hurt myself. I'm
No.
gonna hurt myself.
You're not even doing
You're
it.
not even.
Don't do
You're
it.
pulling the.
You need to settle down.
He meant this is what you pull.
Oh.
You just bent some of this contraption.
Oh, perhaps it will never work again.
You had to clarify.
She was just bent.
I was so
Hold on, I'm just gonna set it really quick, just as a.
No, don't
See if it
snap
even
your
works.
fingers.
used to it.
It's quite strong. I
Also,
don't-
we definitely did not bring that here for you. That was just Leah already put that here. It was just coincidence.
Yeah, Leah put it here for you.
Leah said, "Oh my god, no! Don't let her. She needs her fingers."
Does she?
You're gonna snap yourself right in the dick. You better watch out. Look at- you don't want to set a mousetrap in your lap. I'm just saying, that's a bad idea.
is so
it's not.
disturbing.
It's not even a mousetrap. It's a
Where is
rat
this
trap.
podcast started?
I'm a little concerned that this is broken, but I don't know what it's supposed to look like normally. Was it supposed
If
to be
you-
bent into an L shape,
Yeah,
or was it
it-
supposed to be
I'm
It
not
flat?
was
my hand
bent
anywhere near
before
that when you holding it.
I
Oh,
saw
it
Yeah.
was bent into an
Yeah,
L
it just goes. It goes like under the little tab thing.
right here.
I mean, don't let it go and tighten it out. Yeah, it's you're supposed to do it on a table because it's it like barely holds it there. This is a fucking terrible idea. It's barely holds it there so that when a mouse touches it, it snaps. So it's not like stable.
Move the beer.
Of the root.
The root. Beer.
Yeah, Ryan spilled another beverage tonight.
See, I feel like this is too much. I feel like it can't go in that because that's too hard to get out. The rat wouldn't
The
set it
ambulance
off.
is already
it does.
coming
You
for
put
you.
you put the food on. It go. No, it goes on that. It goes. The stick goes on the other side of that.
So for
Like where
those who
Music
aren't
Hideout, the
watching the
rat
live
trap mouse
stream, I'm in the process of being tortured with a mouse
Oh,
trap.
where does the food go?
It goes on
like
that
this?
thing. Yeah, so when they push that thing down, it snaps.
Okay, so how does this have to go in?
All I
Like maybe it goes in here. Maybe it goes in there.
Yeah, that's how it goes, just like that.
Or does it go here?
No.
No.
It goes underneath that little lip right there. That's it.
Oh, that's so little protection.
Yeah, that's why it's scary as fuck to set them, because if you let go and it's not all the way in, snap.
And now that
I
it's
can't
bent,
believe you
it's-
were wanting me to do this.
We're gonna actually let you do it. I don't know about Ryan. That's
I was going to let her
sadist.
try to set it.
No, it's hard to set. It's terrifying. It's legitimately terrifying. I want to like zoom in. Like,
Patiently watching.
Yeah, you should zoom in.
I don't have a way
This
to
is
do
quite
that.
dangerous. And now that it's bent, I just don't know that it's ever going to work.
Well, that's fine.
Leah spent her hard-earned money building this rat trap.
Building it,
She built.
sanded
built a
it
better
down
one.
by
She cut
hand.
down a tree.
You know what they say, build a better mousetrap and the whole world will come to you.
I listened to a podcast all about building a better mousetrap. And then one of the interviews was a guy in Mousetrap Company.
I was gonna say, here's Carmen trivia.
Oh.
One of my favorite movies is Mousetrap.
I don't know how to take my hands off here without ruining it. Now it's becoming scary.
Yeah, because it's either going to snap you, because you can't go fast because you'll bump it. You got to go slow and trust.
Oh, I can't go slow and trust.
Slow and trust. That is not going to snap. Better move your other fingers out the way first.
I don't want to go slow
You're
and
going to
trust.
snap. It's
No,
going to
I'm not.
hurt.
No, I'm not.
Lord, we pray for Ryan's fingers.
I feel like I got to just pull away really quick.
Oh!
We're definitely making this every episode. Every episode, the guest artist has to set the mousetrap.
Terrifying.
Set the trap.
What?
We need a chant and all.
Mouse. I think we're in sync, honestly.
Oh my god. I really want to see this to fruition, but also this has gone on so long.
Yeah, I mean, I could keep working on it, and you guys could like interview.
We're gonna all want to see your finger snapped off.
I know. And just in the middle of a conversation. And
It's loud too. It's real loud. But oh.
My eyes were bulging out of my head.
What are people saying in the live stream right now?
Literally nothing.
Yeah, the camera's so far away.
Yeah,
it's like
all they
probably
hear is a
not
little tinkering
so
of it.
interesting.
It's all Leah.
Right now.
Leah, I'm going to throw up.
You're-
I know, me too.
I think it's caught, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Torturing me.
you can't move faster than it can snap.
Really?
You can try. You can just, "Hi-ya!"
Dude,
But you better move your other hand first.
Watch your microphone.
I don't want to move this hand because right now it can help me to push it.
But this is the hand that's gonna get snapped. No, just lift.
Trust.
Move your other hand way out the way.
Trust.
That thing will pop up in the air.
If our
Really?
God is for us, then
Get that hand out.
us.
I just
You're not gonna be able to catch it,
I can't
Ryan.
trust it. I can't.
Okay, this
Ryan,
hand
you
back
just
this
gotta
way.
trust. This is a trust
Slide it back
exercise.
this way as fast as you can.
Believe in yourself.
You can do it. We
Your
all
whole
believe
life
in you.
has come to this moment.
No, it's a rat trap, Floppy. It does hurt a lot.
You know what sucks?
Not a mouse trap.
We should show it to the screen, although surely it will come undone. Here's the sucky thing. I gotta depress it somehow and like
You
reset
want me
it.
to depress it?
Someone should press
Well,
it for sure.
But not near my computer. And also, that seems wrong that that's up so high, right? Like
No, it's fine because you can stick food like in the little thing,
I could
whatever.
around.
I mean, they just barely touch that sucker. You don't know. You put the food on before you set it.
Too late now.
You can't put the food on now because the pressure of putting the food on will make it snap.
Now, surely just putting the food on the wood next to the lever wouldn't depress it.
No, but that's not. It wouldn't. That's not how mouse traps work.
If he even just walks near it, it's gonna kill him instantly.
I'm like,
All right.
Do y'all have a rat?
no, you're gonna try to move it. It's gonna snap.
Well, even if it does, it's fine, right? Because my fingers aren't in the way.
Take your water bottle and
It's-
push it.
I feel that we need to show the
It'd be
audience.
safer. Why don't you bring the camera over here? Probably. It'd
would
be
be-
safer to snap it there than to try to take it somewhere else.
Dear Lord.
I feel that I need to.
Oh gosh, Ryan. Oh goodness me, oh my.
Look at it.
So tense.
Ryan,
This is the
look at
tensest
it.
moment we've ever had on this show.
It's not like it's some political conversation. It's literally a mousetrap.
It's big. It's a big one.
Look at that. For size reference.
Don't put your
Human
hand.
hand.
Oh my.
But you gotta put your hand on it so people can see how big it is.
No. Human hand. Rat trap. Okay.
You're gonna put it down. It's gonna snap, boy.
I think we need to see it snap.
We need to
But
see.
put your water bottle tap.
Yeah.
But you need to set it down, Ryan. Ryan! Ryan, you're stressing me out.
No, yeah.
You're stressing me out, Ryan.
No, just take your water bottle and just
Ryan, oh, God, I can't.
don't throw it. Just tap it. Unless it was
Why
empty.
would you throw it?
Yeah,
Keep in
don't throw
mind,
it,
you're
we're not gonna-
I am now imitating a mouse.
Ryan, look
right?
at me. Look at me, Ryan.
Huh.
Look at me. Your expensive box is below. Let's
Correct.
not go what
Not a
happened.
full water bottle. An empty
No,
water
use
bottle.
the plastic fork there.
The plastic fork. Certainly.
Certainly.
This looks like some good food.
Oh my God.
Didn't do it.
Oh my gosh, and now you have to
Okay.
get it off.
I don't know.
Dear Lord.
Here.
Don't you pop them.
This podcast is surely the most entertaining, interesting podcast there's ever been. Can I have another root beer?
Yeah,
Yes.
not that one. These cold ones.
Can
I'll go
you
get more root
wait?
beers.
Can we just stay for a moment? What if alcohol was involved with you trying to do that?
Thank God we didn't drink tonight. It would have we'd
if
all
we drank
died.
tonight, you wouldn't have even hesitated. You'd just been like, boop, snap, no fear. And it would have been great, or you would lose a finger.
Yeah,
Would've been
it probably
great
would have set
for
instantly.
The content.
Who knows? Yeah, this is quite serious. Why don't we go ahead and show Carmen's music video?
Well,
Well,
the
we
internet's being a little
refill our
choppy
root
right
beer.
now.
Okay.
Why don't we grab the root beers first, because I don't want it to lag out when the video's shown.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
cuts in and out sometimes because everything hates us. For the recordings and the podcast, they don't see any of that. But
Sure.
for the live featured thing,
I love when you do this. 3 seconds later, it happens. So, in a way, we're seeing the past. I thought we were still going.
I don't know. I don't ever want to stop. or when to
Oh my
go.
gosh, I know what we should do.
Okay.
We're
Set the
gonna-
rat trap. Put it in his seat.
So, fun fact, fun little story time, I'll say it quickly. My mom is a little goofer. She loves a good goof. And when she was young, she thought she'd play a prank on one of her fellow employees at the company she worked at. I know, Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry for telling the story, but she truly, in her heart of hearts, didn't mean, she thought this person would be smart enough to look before they sat.
Oh no.
But she put a trophy on the person's seat.
Trophy?
A pointy trophy. And the man sat on it, and he had to go to the hospital.
No.
Yes.
To the hospital?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I bet she
So-
felt so
Oh
bad.
yeah, she doesn't really like to talk about it anymore.
Can we call her right now and talk to her about it?
Yes, Mom, tell us about the one time. Now I was gonna
That
take.
you almost murdered a man.
So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk by looking at each other and see if we can like say the same words. Do you know what I'm
like
talking
of
about?
anything?
Yeah. So we're gonna start. 1, 2, 3.
Potato.
No. We're gonna talk. Like, for instance, Ryan, are you catching with what I'm saying?
I just walked in the room.
Let me
Okay.
explain to Ryan.
But
Maybe
I'd like
Ryan.
to, before you get into that, I would like to point out what I have found in the other room.
Stop it right now.
Well.
Wow.
Looks like it's not the only house that Luke Bryan visited
Another
around Christmas
tissue
time.
box of Luke Bryan.
That is his number. You'll want to take that down. Brenda Lee came by.
So, like, he told me to give this to you.
Didn't bring any pie though. Curious.
Let's see if me and Ryan can do it.
All right.
Ryan, I want to see if we can be in sync together. All right?
Like
All right.
bye.
So we're going to talk to each other, but we're not going to know what either of us are saying. So I'm just going to look at you, you're going to look at me, and we're going to start talking, and I'm going to know what you're going to say.
Okay.
So you go ahead and start.
Now am
Take
I
it slow.
am I supposed to try to sync up to you, or you're trying to sync up to
We're
me?
mutually syncing up with each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
why does one person need to be
Okay.
dominant in this? It's mutual.
Okay. All of the cactuses that I have ever seen have been inside the month of May. And everywhere, it's kind of trippy. It's a little creepy. It's good. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure... You can't give up yet. The lamb was sure to taco. Whoa! How did you know I was gonna say taco?
Are you ready?
Sure, you gotta try.
Are you ready? I don't.
No, it's with jury now. You gotta try with jury now.
Are you ready?
You're supposed to follow her.
No, dude, it's a mutual following. You go, but you look at lips to kind of gauge where things are going, and there's context clues.
I don't know that.
It's a real psychic. This is a psychic experiment on the Music Row Hideout.
You said you didn't believe in magic. I'm sorry.
I didn't say I didn't believe in it. I said it was forbidden within Music Row Hideout.
Did we just
no magic? Here.
Doesn't that seem like some dad in Harry Potter would be like, no magic in here. I told you boys.
Like
I won't have magic in my home. Oh no, that's the Dursleys. That's just the Dursleys. People who know there's magic and yet won't have it, as though it were loud rock and roll, you know? Not when you're under my roof. Those Sinbad CDs.
Sinbad CDs?
Yeah. Comedy. Sinbad did comedy CDs.
Okay.
You won't have that loud rock and roll music.
Obadiah.
Okay. You guys, psychic.
Obadiah.
Obadiah Clementine. Okay, you guys.
Already.
You guys have a crazy look in your eyes when you're doing that.
I know. You're like,
Yeah, because it's like magic.
we have a connection.
Okay, but I don't know what I'm going to say.
You
You have blue eyes,
and I have brown, and I don't like.
I know!
How are you doing this?
Draws you in! Draws you in with the crazy eyes!
All right. Now let's see if we can do it without. Can it be done with 2 males only? Or does it require a female psychic energy?
Is it the Carmen gaze?
The Carmen gaze, as they call it. All right. Every last person that
I don't have
ever.
the same, it's hard. I
We
can't
don't have the same connection.
No,
I
the
get it.
same.
Well, let's
Yeah,
try.
it's
We gotta
weird. I
try.
feel like it's weird with you.
All right. Every last person that ever tries to go to the moon ends up at the store.
See, Ryan, one more time.
We got a lower
Ready?
accuracy
Are
rate,
you
but
ready?
still good. Yeah.
Tacos are my favorite vegetable. I like to eat them in the morning. I have them with my Fruit Loops.
You know what's weird? I feel like a lot more confident about. I guess this isn't weird. This makes sense. I feel a lot more confident with the saying the thing and feeling like I'm more in control and kind of trying to link up with you.
Yes, go ahead.
Than I am as a receiver. As
Go
a receiver,
ahead.
I'm not so good.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Look how good I am at it.
The
Wait, I have to get in the right. Okay, go ahead.
the skills that Carmen has in psychic magic is incredible and mind-blowing. Carmen intends upon her death to give... Keep going. 75% of all of her earthly possessions. Keep going. Possessions to Ryan Poole. It's cool. Thank you. We because we're recording through mics, I do have your channel soloed out. I can use that when you mysteriously die in a Muggle-related injury.
Mobile related?
Muggle.
Oh, Muggle related.
Wait, this is a magic podcast now. A 100%.
No magic.
Hey guys, welcome to Music Row Hideout, where we magically steal all of the equipment from our fellow studios with magic.
Music Row Hideout. The 100% magic. Damn it.
Magic.
Save that. That was a perfect take. That's now the intro. Every week.
Did people see me spit? Because I did.
Oh, yeah. People are saying, gross, she spits. I'm not following her Instagram yet
Nobody says that.
anymore. Unfollowing.
That's not very nice.
Thank you.
Well,
Hey, how about that music video?
yeah, let's watch the video. Where can I find it on your computadora?
Computadora.
Download. Oh my god, it's all weird looking.
Finder.
More in Finder.
Each week we teach Jury a little bit more about how to use a Mac.
Don't you
There it is.
mean Obadiah?
Oh,
So,
two-finger click.
can I just say
That's what she said.
that 2 clicks,
We do
like 2, what am I saying? 2 clicks.
2 fingers on it and click. There you go. Open with QuickTime
VLC.
or VLC.
I think that you should have started saying, don't you mean Obadiah, as a button. And every time a
I
moment
actually
comes,
have.
and you could just click it.
I have a device that I use that has a bunch of buttons on it that I program things to.
Yes.
So from now on, when
gotta
someone's
have that.
like, "Hey, Jury, don't you mean Obadiah?"
Why does she sound like this soda when you use her?
She does to me even
Don't
now.
you mean Obadiah?
That's a different voice.
Don't you mean Obadiah? Oh, wow.
Don't you mean Obadiah? And the cats have never been outside of the zoo. Oh God! She's a witch.
Anyways, here's her music
discovered
video.
my-
It only takes one female guest on our show before we start accusing them of being witches.
What have you done?
You are the true traditionals. Go on, hang me.
You know what it is?
Burn witches.
It's your female intuition. That's just what all witch, the whole witch thing, it comes from that. You
Is it
guys have
really?
intuition, you just read lips a
can
little
actually
bit. And we're
educate
like,
you.
how did you even do that?
Can I educate
guess you're
you?
a witch.
I don't know why you educate about it. You just
Can
got
I-
it perfectly right.
I'm gonna educate you both. And for people
And you're not
who,
talking book.
Oh God.
It's every day, bro.
Stop.
With what?
No.
My Disney Channel flow.
Okay. We're okay. So I for people who
5
consume
mil on YouTube in 6 months ain't
For
never
people-
done before.
for people who consume alcohol, I would assume that you have more education on it. But for someone who does not drink, due to the fact that it is illegal for me since I am 19 years of age, I will educate you on behalf of your ignorance.
Okay.
So,
Half of
on behalf of ignorance, no, okay.
Today's
So,
episode is brought to you by the letter ignorance.
I played at a bourbon music festival where
Okay.
females in brewing bourbon had an organization where they just had a bunch of tastings. So it was just like a bunch of different breweries that came and presented their bourbon, and I got to play and perform for these ladies, and they were amazing. And a huge reason that witches were considered quote unquote witches was due to the fact that they were the ones who actually began the process of barreling alcohol. And
Really?
yes, so what would happen is they would I'm not joking.
I'm into this story.
This in England,
Jury
they
looks
would,
dubious about this, but I'm like, ooh,
feel
it all makes
dubious.
sense. It all makes
So,
sense.
I'm not saying that this
Yeah.
was all witches. I'm
But
just
go- yeah,
saying
but yeah,
that
keep
a
it-
good
mhm.
many
Many of the witch.
of the witch brewed alcohol, and they would give it to people, and that's what they considered them taking themselves outer body experiences like demonic. It was because of alcohol. It was because women were the foundation of really barreling alcohol with different wheats and rye, and creating like bourbon. So there you go. That's why they were burned, a lot of them, and that's why they were killed.
Were they burned because and they were ignited by their own bourbon?
No.
So, I have no good follow up to that. I don't know what
Anyway,
to say.
moving on.
No good follow up at all. But I want to go ahead and show Carmen's video because I want y'all to be blessed.
Be blessed, friends.
So here you go. Here's the video. And this is the video. This is the first song we heard, right?
Correct.
Okay. And we're back. All right.
So that was Good Enough by Ms. Carmen Brandy, who sits across from us now.
Yes.
To the double left.
To the double left. Whoa, bro, to your single left. You have no double left. The rat may be to your double left. He is still alive, for we have depressed the trap in air.
Error. So you were saying off air, and we made you stop because we want to hear the story live with everybody.
Yes.
is you were saying that you had some issues with the
car.
music video, with the music video.
Yes, I rented this car from a local coffee shop in Franklin called Highbrow Coffee, and
That doubles as a car rental agency?
Yeah, I was like, wait,
No.
you got to back it up further because how
No,
did that
so
happen?
I was with Elliot Tolar, my videographer for this video, and he expressed his interest in finding like a really beautiful classic car to like feature in the music video, and I was on the same page with him. I had that thought as well, and I was like, we're 2 weeks away. I'm not quite sure we'll find a gorgeous vehicle to rent by that time, and if the person would be willing to be there for an entire evening. So as I'm leaving the meeting, walking out of the factory from Honest Coffee, I literally see the car in the parking lot, and I was like, whose car is this? And on the back window, the owner has his promotional coffee shop like symbol. It said Highbrow Coffee. I was like, oh my gosh, I love Highbrow. And got in contact with the owner of the coffee shop, and he had just purchased the car like a month prior to that.
Oh, wow.
And just got a bunch of work done on it, and it was beautiful. It was like,
Apparently not enough work done.
you know, it's an old car, but it was like from the 1980s, I think, early 1980s. It was a really nice car.
It was actually wood paneled.
Yeah,
That's super
Yeah.
cool.
it was awesome. It was definitely like one of the better models of a Grand Wagon because like it had electric windows,
Wow.
and like most don't, and like air conditioning. So it was really interesting. But not even 40 minutes into our video shoot, like we broke down on the side of the road for like 20 minutes, and then got back on, drove down to another area. It broke down again. Broke down again, broke down again, and finally my dad, being the savvy man he is, like lifted this piece of equipment under the hood, and it like blew, it blew flame, like sparks, and
Oh,
it
that's-
started working, and we didn't have any more issues.
Huh.
So
What
Yeah.
was that part though? I want to know how to fix cars with magic.
Yeah.
I forget. It's a brandy thing. We're just full of magic.
Yeah. You witches, all of you. By the way, I was thinking a great name for this episode would be Carmen Brandy is a witch.
My parents are gonna be so mad. They're gonna be so
If
mad.
they've gotten to this point in the show, I'm sure they're already
There's
mad.
nothing more that my family will detest than sorcery.
That's the bottom of the barrel.
Mom,
there's-
it's a
That's crossing
secret.
the line.
If there's one thing Brandy's detest above all others, it's sorcery.
There's no magic here. Oh man.
Or you'd be like, Carmen Brandy, there's no magic here. Wink.
Emoji.
No magic here.
You could see it in my eyes.
You got those crazy eyes though. Yeah.
Do I know?
All of the cats in the universe
Wait,
have.
give me a moment.
You gotta get her composure.
Will you pray to your witch gods or something really quick? You need to-
Beyonce!
suddenly imbibe with power. All of the cats in the universe have never seen a dog or a cat, for that matter, for they are alone and must walk in solitude across the plains of majesty with the desert in full view of the cactus that it never was.
You're so fast.
And every single time that the
I do
cats
have to
try to
strike
run into the valley, they see a mouse
in the
that must
mouse.
die
Die.
suddenly. We're really pushing the boundaries of your magic here. Excellent.
It's not fair. I feel this
3
is,
points to
I feel
Gryffindor.
this is sexist.
Are you a Gryffindor or are you a Hufflepuff?
Listen, I don't follow sorcery. Okay, you need to do
Are
to
you
me.
sure?
because it's not fair. I think this is a sexist practice.
What?
If I can read you and like get the Carmen gaze, there needs to be a Ryan Poole gaze. Pray to Beyonce.
Please don't say Beyonce.
Are you ready, Ryan?
Beyonce with your hair so big.
No. Well, now,
Will you give magic to this kid? Is that how the prayer goes? I don't know how to pray to Beyonce. I've never done it.
Beyonce.
With every eye closed and every head bowed, Beyonce is going to enter into the room.
Okay, let's Are you ready?
What if she really did?
Like, what if she just walked
hey,
in?
she could be here. She performed yesterday
To
at
the left,
Everville.
to the left.
Oh.
Double left.
To the left. Every single guest is to my double left.
This is not going to be our stream song.
Yes, it is.
Every intro.
You know, maybe Beyonce is like Bloody Mary. We could turn off the lights and say her
What
names
is this
3 times,
episode?
and she'll come.
Oh my god.
Carmen Brandy. Beyonce like Bloody Mary. Oh, God.
Are you ready, Ryan?
Oh, I'm trying to predict you now.
Yes.
It's probably impossible. Let's try.
My production mentality is
to
to
hoop
and then
and
pee,
then pee
and then let the genius flow inside of my veins. Once
And
I press Pro Tools record, I will create genius.
You're a lot better at it than me.
I don't think it's sexist to say that it might be easier
I'm just
for women
Whammon.
to intuitize.
Y'all tend to
That.
be intuitive and read people's.
This is true. I also know
Yeah.
Ryan.
I also know Ryan.
Clearly not as good as me.
I live with him
But do you stare into his eyes deeply?
every day, deeper and deeper. But I have no follow up for that statement. So,
Quick question.
Yes.
quick answer.
Do we have an important
72.
question to ask Carmen right now?
Oh, we sure do.
Oh god. First it was the freaking mousetrap. Now what?
This is the same question, actually. We just
didn't get there
He
back
instead
then.
of giving the question, he thought you needed something to warm you up for it, so he handed you a mousetrap.
Wow.
So I hope you feel thoroughly warmed up.
I'm
Yeah.
warm.
All right.
So
Where's the raccoon trap?
No. Bring out the bear trap.
My dad caught 2 raccoons and they were precious.
I think you mean
little
trash pandas.
This is the podcast of pandas.
Trash
Sexual
pandas, where
harassment
raccoons
panda, trash pandas.
Oh goodness.
That's correct.
There have been 2 pandas, by my count.
Okay, you want to ask a question?
We just feel nervous to just come out with it.
I know it's kind of weird. I mean, it's not. It's important.
It needs some setup. It needs some time. It needs some coaxing.
Oh gosh.
Because this isn't like. It's not like something you think.
Mm-mm.
It's something that comes from here.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can't stop and think about your answer. It has to come from your heart and soul. I needed an answer immediately, and we can tell if you stop and you think. I don't want no brain answer because brain answer is easy. This is real. Okay. Can you handle it? You're gonna have
Yes.
to. So here's the deal. If you had to pick,
And you do.
and you do, what would you say?
Now, Jerry, hold on. It seems like you're really rushing into this question right now.
It's true. I mean, it's not really something you can rush. You know, it's something that just has to come naturally.
Take your time.
Is this rehearsed?
Do we look like the kind of people who are prepared?
I don't know. This seems pretty rehearsed.
The question we are about to ask. Carmen spit root beer out of her mouth. We succeeded. With success. Mom, I'm a real success. I made Carmen done spit root beer out of her mouth. Carmen Brandy, you know, from down the street.
Don't mess up the Luke Bryant number. We need that later.
Later on, we're gonna prank phone
Next
call
week.
Luke Bryan. Hey, I got your number off of Brenda Lee's tissue box.
Yeah, you should just quickly snap of that real quick.
I thought about it. I really
And
did.
he's like, Brenda? Wow, has she had my number on her tissue box? So
So if you had to pick,
and you do.
and you do.
Remember, this comes from your heart.
Yeah,
From a
instant
deep
answer.
place.
No pausing.
Don't think.
Are you, I can tell
First
you're
thing that
thinking.
comes out.
Seeing those crazy eyes.
All right. And no witchcraft allowed
No
on this
witchcraft! There is no magic hair!
one. It must come from your soul.
I don't have one.
Witch! Witch!
Burner!
Okay, good.
If you had to pick,
And you do.
and you do, what would you say is your favorite kind of turtle?
Turtle?
Oh, God.
I don't have a favorite kind.
What? I'm melting! I'm melting!
Wow. Maybe he doesn't have a soul. No response. Not even like a. Wow. He just said the word turtle
Episode
back
title.
to us.
Carmen Brandy, selfish, soulless witch.
Hates turtles.
And we'll have to write a description. We're not being. It's not an allusion to bitch. We're saying witch, meaning
What?
witchcraft. Because some people.
I'm not sure where you're going with that. Now you're just being mean.
When you see the comments on this YouTube video, you'll be like, why are these guys so rude?
Look, some people. Some people.
Worthless witch.
Some people say witch because what they
you
mean.
don't need to clarify.
What they mean is bitch.
Oh, I see.
But when
I
we
see.
say witch, we don't
mean
mean that.
actual
We mean
witch.
witchcraft,
Like
practicer of sorcery.
Right, and dark magic.
Classical term. We're not being rude.
I'm not a practicer of any sorcery.
So you say.
I'm
And
not.
yet your witch powers have been
Remember
displayed
that
on this
time
podcast many times.
It's called Holy Spirit juices.
But remember that time I asked
Oh.
what her favorite turtle was, and she just repeated the word turtle back to me? Like
Yeah,
if that was
that's-
an answer.
How about
That's
this?
one in
Why don't
the-
you ask me a question that actually is impactful?
How dare you?
Wow.
How dare
See, I said one thing.
you? Okay, let's start over. Let's start over.
No.
Hi.
No.
Welcome to
No,
Music Row
no.
Hideout. To my
No.
double left is Carmen
No.
Brandy, practicing
No.
witch and soulless turtle hater. Carmen's going to play her new song.
I hate turtles.
Guys, I say
So what were
one
you
thing.
going to say? Yeah.
And you have that response. I've sat here sipping my Abita.
Don't act like you haven't said things.
Don't act like this isn't your fault. Okay, Carmen, if you had to answer, and you do, what is your favorite turtle? Give us a real answer, turtle.
Tortoise.
That was...
It's better.
Maybe we'll edit out everything that happened until now.
I just have her say tortoise, which is still ridiculous that tortoises aren't turtles. They go on land and turtles are in the water. But, you know.
But we
You
can
wanna ask
accept
me
it.
another question?
Why? Yeah, why that? Why tortoise?
Yeah, why
Because I had a
tortoise?
friend named Tortoise.
No, you
Was he a
didn't.
tortoise?
Because he did it.
You had a
in
friend named Tortoise?
I did. He lived on
Get out of
South
here.
Park Beach in Safety Harbor, Florida.
Was he a tortoise?
He was a tortoise.
You're just saying shit. You got no friend named Tortoise.
I just broke my spoon over this. Loud noises. It's Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady. And that is a scientific fact.
Wait, what am I gonna say? Star rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
Boo! Afternoon delight. That was not good. It's because I can't read you. You can read me.
I know.
Sky rockets in flight.
You guys just say that. That's not how that works.
I just want to sing now. Afternoon delight. Afternoon delight. I don't know, Ron. As Carmen vapes root beer.
That's called drone. Why don't we have you play another song?
Sorry, I gotta stop. This whole episode is literally me just mirroring Ryan.
Yeah.
Only for the last like 40 minutes.
so
The
much
first
fun.
2 hours, no problem.
Or maybe she was and we just didn't notice it.
Oh my god.
You've discovered me.
So,
Would you like to play another song?
yeah, can you play a song for us?
Okay.
I know it's easy to forget.
Okay. I feel like I need to play like a fun song because
Just ignore it. It's good. Just don't touch it.
A fun song or a sad song? They can be the same thing.
they could be the same thing.
So what song are you
Sometimes.
going to play for us?
Song is called I Woke Up Today. There's breath in my lungs while birds greet the sun, new songs to be sung. The light through my window pane sneaks past the shades and kisses my face. Warm air touches my skin just to let it sink in. I woke up today. I see you in every place. I don't know why, but it feels like grace. 'Cause I woke up today. Feel my heart keeping count, speeds up and slows down while the world spins around. Warm feet touch the floor. All that I need and more. 'Cause I woke up today. I see you in every place. I don't know why, but it feels like grace. 'Cause today. There's more than some can say. You woke up today. You woke up today. You woke up.
Yes, I did. Well, that was beautiful. I gotta say, with us sitting around here and just being a bunch of gabbling goobers all night long, I forgot what a great singer you are.
Thank you, even though I have root beer affecting my vocal cord.
Oh, it only adds.
I should write a song to you guys. I'm pretty good at doing those spontaneously.
Oh, yeah? Write us a song.
Right now,
Go,
right in
right
this
now.
moment.
Here, right now.
They're figuring out my secret. They're getting it right. They don't know it yet, but I see it in their eyes. They think I'm just a 19-year-old, but I'm 103. See, I've been around the block since 1870. They don't check my map. They don't know it yet, but they're gonna see it tomorrow. They don't know it yet, but I've cast a spell and they'll be gone before you know it. Oh God, I can't write about sin.
To the chorus.
I can't write about sin. God bless their souls. They're gonna need it once I'm through. They think I'm just some sweetheart sitting here talking. But tomorrow they won't even be walking.
All right. Now you do your song,
No, I
and I'm
don't
going to
even
communicate. And we're going to do that in song form.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
gonna follow her and do the harmonies? Is that what's happening?
Well, I was, but now I'm going to communicate her to her lyrics.
You're gonna communicate to me.
Correct.
She's gonna sing the lyrics that you're
Well,
gonna
have
sing.
fun
Correct.
staying on tune.
Oh, I can do great. But I'm going to need that. I need to hear the verse melody. You do it one more time, a little more verse. Give me a little more verse so I can
Okay.
learn it. I'm tuning. Okay. But you got to sing it so I can
Oh.
learn your tune.
I don't.
Okay. All right. Communication?
Okay.
Are your communications active? Yeah, move that a little bit, but still point it towards our guitar.
My communications are always active,
Okay.
baby. Baby.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Every night I see you. Every day I need you. Every flight I've been to. You don't even know me. You're good at this. Is Carmen a witch? All right. Every dog I talked to never saw a minstrel show. That was good. No one's even said minstrel show in 100 years.
Seen a minstrel show?
Minstrel show. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Wow, that was in sync. All right.
Okay. Laughter is a medicine. Every taco has meat. Whoa. The Goonies is a movie, but I have never seen it.
That's a lie.
Are we getting the chorus again?
Okay, you want to get there?
Yeah, now you do it, and I'm gonna use Witchcraft to harmonize. That's a different chorus than before.
I don't remember.
I do.
Well,
Who's
then
like,
you sing it, boy.
who's like, God bless their souls, because they're gonna need it.
God bless their souls, 'cause they're gone.
This is a different melody.
God bless their souls, 'cause they're gonna need it. Better?
Yeah.
She doesn't seem too happy with you, Ryan.
Why does happiness have to be conditional?
I'm giving you the lead-in chord.
You have to sing it. You're singing.
God bless their souls, 'cause they're gonna need it. Are we harmonizing or are you telling me the words?
I don't know anymore. I just feel.
Are you lost in my gaze?
I just feel as
Probably
though
taking half of your soul. That's why.
I just feel as though I have been possessed. I don't know how I got here. What's going on? I
Oh
can't be
my
held
God.
responsible for
What
my
happened?
actions. All right, great job.
That went really well until
This
it
was
got
all
really
lead
weird.
in. I was trying to pay you a compliment, and then you're like, "Let me make up a song," which it was nice.
Yeah, it went really good actually. You come up with that just on the spot off the top of your head, huh?
I did.
That's pretty good.
I'm just talented like that.
Can
Kind
you
of
play
aggressive,
your
though.
original hit song?
We don't need money?
Don't you mean Obadiah?
Oh my god, yes.
Guess that was some like weird dissonant walking bass line.
Yeah. Surely you mean Obadiah. Surely don't you mean Obi?
Let me sing.
It's like an evil carnival. Yeah, bounce with it, boy. Bounce with it. Don't you mean Obadiah? I just sense evil clowns walking into the room. Yeah.
My territory.
Led by Beyonce.
Obadiah, Clementine, watch where you're walking. Obadiah, Clementine, Obadiah.
That's
I
one of
thought
the
you
clowns.
were singing floppy name.
That wouldn't be the first song where Floppy Dongus is the name of the lyrics that we write on the street. You know Ryan? Did you know Ryan? You know Ryan? Oh yeah, you know Ryan Steele.
Is that right? Ryan Steele's floppy dongus?
No.
No.
Ryan Steele wrote a song about Floppy Dongus
Wow. I don't even want to know.
for his birthday.
Yeah.
Obadiah, Obadiah, Clementine, Obadiah, Obadiah, Clementine.
I feel like I'm being inducted into some kind of weird cult.
This is what it's like sitting in between two ENFPs.
It's my life.
Obadiah. Obadiah. Murder in our eyes.
Crazy eyes everywhere.
Obadiah.
Obadiah Clem.
Now, try to guess our words and say them with us.
We sound
Trying
like
to
a
convert
cult.
me to
I
the
relinquish
NFP.
my mortal soul to Beyonce.
Oh dear Lord.
Well, anyway, just wanted to say Carmen Brandy plays music. She is to my double left. And
left, to the
also,
left.
it's very important for those who have picked up on the fact she's 19 to know we aren't drinking alcohol tonight.
Root beer.
You would think so from our conversation, but it's actually just root beer.
That happens often when people
sugar.
hang out with me.
We get like this every week, but usually we've drinking multiple beers to be here.
or
But we
a
got
whole
to
bottle of scotch.
I feel like we're roughly at the same point as normal, completely non-alcoholic.
Oh, you know what I said? You know what I prayed before I came here? I was like, Lord, I hope that I pray.
Did you pray
that-
God would make us drunk without alcohol? Because that's a sin.
Yes. I was like, I hope they can learn how to be high on life.
She didn't want us to get drunk
I
on
did learn.
alcohol. She wanted us to get drunk on brandy.
Babe, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm a little drunk on you and high on Clementine.
Wow.
What just happened?
It's a
don't get
Luke
it?
Bryan song,
It's a
so
Luke
she grabbed the
Bryan
Luke
reference.
Bryan tissue
Oh yeah,
box.
gotcha.
Baby.
Maybe the episode's called Luke Bryan Tissue Box. It's a little more it's enigmatic, and I love it.
What does enigmatic mean?
And like it's an enigma,
Okay,
meaning a mystery.
I learned a new word. It's called subsequistic.
Sure.
Wow.
I didn't know what that
Sub
word was.
meaning after or below. No,
No.
before or below.
Subsequistic.
Sub never means after. That was stupid of me.
No,
Well, subsequently seems to imply a movement. Anyway, what was subsequent?
there's a song called Old Friends by this band that I listen to, and he has solipsistic. That's it.
You talking about Ben Rector?
No. Pine Grove.
Pine Grove.
He has this lyric that's like, something's on the solipsistic movies. I should call my parents when I think of them. Tell my friends when I love them.
What does it mean though?
It means that... Here, we'll look it up.
I thought you learned a new word.
I
Not you
learned
heard
it.
a new word.
My friend explained it to me. I don't
These
know
are
how to
different
read.
things. I heard a word today.
Honestly, Ryan, this is actually what I think we should do
I think we should do
Kickstarter
a
for.
Kickstarter
Just that happened for 45 minutes on a CD.
I think
Thinking
you and I,
you and I
should,
should
create a
create
record together. That is of all of the songs we make up while we're in podcasting. Obadiah Clementine.
That's the hit single.
Obadiah. And then you just said, what was your song you made up?
I don't remember.
No one
You were
remembers. It
like,
wasn't as good as the old Bass song.
vocabulary, vocabulary. It's all
This is the weirdest episode of Jimmy
It's
Fallon
like a
ever.
very Obadiah style.
vocabulary. Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary, vocabulary. Learn your vernacular. Vocabulary.
Genre change.
This poor man. Oh. I'm looking up the word.
That's what you get for being an INCJ in the company.
You don't even know what I
Piece.
am.
No, you're an IL.
I'm the foundation that holds this whole thing together.
You're the
CD.
INSFTJ?
That's correct. I'm all of them. All of them.
INSFTJ.
That's correct.
E-I-E-I-O.
Oh my god, that's the song. I said Phineas Ceviche. E-I-E-I-O.
Just like that.
I said Ceviche.
This is getting out
This is
there even for me.
These songs are getting terrible. We started at such a good
It's
place.
true. It's so true.
Evolved.
So, anyway, what I was trying to do earlier was to pay you a compliment and then end the show. What instead happened was you created a song.
And then
Then we
apparently a
did
whole album.
mind reading. Now there's an album of this. We created an evil clown choir for jury.
Led by Beyonce.
When it led by the bee herself. And I think the moral of the story is every time we try to end the show, that's when the crazy things happen.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
When we're like, hey, like we should probably start wrapping it up because we covered all the stuff.
Then the
and one
spirit
thing.
of Beyonce comes into the room.
Every time. It's so weird. Oh man.
So Carmen
I'm just
can be
basking in
found
this.
at all of the internet things.
Yeah, Instagram,
www.carmenbrandymusic.com.
just .com.
Just carmenbrandy.com.
CarmenBrandy.com.
You got your name.com.
I sure did.
pretty
It's
good.
pretty cool.
And she
on
has-
Twitter at Carmen_Brandy.
Brandy.
Yes.
Damn,
At
okay.
Carmen Brandy on Instagram.
At Carmen. But I already said
Carmen
that
Brandy
one.
Designs on Etsy.
Well, Facebook. Are you too
Carmen
young
Brandy.
for Facebook? Okay. I thought only people used it now.
Yeah, they don't let you on if you're under 26
Certain
at this
age.
point.
Carmen Brandy. Also, don't forget about the blog. 6-string memories. 6-string symphonies.
stories.
6-string stories. Dang it, I was so close.
So, is this blog composed of 6 stories
No, it's
about
No.
strings?
It is a blog
No.
composed of stories that come from 6 strings. But it doesn't roll off the tongue to say stories 6 strings. Stories from 6 strings. 6-string stories.
6
Stories.
streams
It's not just
diverged
six-
into a wood,
What?
and I chose the road less taken.
I thought it was 6 stories about.
Alrighty.
Something.
Have a good.
Goodbye! So, Carmen can be found all over the internet,
Yes.
and she has a new song out called Good Enough,
Make
which
sure to
we
check it
played
out.
earlier, and we played the music video,
Yes.
and she played it live. You've
Yes.
heard it 3 ways, but go to Spotify now, add it to a playlist, maybe your favorite playlist, maybe a new playlist you make that will become your favorite.
If you have Google Play, it'll be added to the Music or Hideout playlist, which we should probably
Oh.
put on Spotify too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every guest will put them in the Music or Hideout playlist, and you can go on there and check out all the guests. I really just made it for me, and then I was like, hey, I can make this public. Check her out, all the things. Give her the follows, the likes, the thumbs ups, the smiley emotes, the other whatever platform, the Snapchats. Are you on Snapchat? No. Thank God. That's the worst. It's only for dick pics. So on all the things.
Can we find a Snapchat?
Delete it now. So, yeah, anyway, thanks very much for coming on the podcast. You were an awesome guest, and you were hilarious, and your Witchcraft was very well received.
Very well received.
There is no magic in this house! But we appreciate it, and your song is dope, and I'm just going to keep talking while Jury finds the
But
music.
where do you have it downloaded? I don't even know.
Spotify,
Oh, you have it downloaded on Spotify?
correct.
That
So
should
we're
be
going to
one of your
listen to a
buttons.
song from
Oh, I already have it
Carmen
queued and everything.
called
We don't
Car-
need money.
We Don't Need Money.
Don't need money.
And you recorded this
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and you like it?
I love this song.
I like it too.
I haven't heard it yet. This is the first time.
Here we go.
1, 2.